Ladies and gentlemen, she is first. What's going on, gamers? How we doing? How we feeling? I got the beanie on. I'm not really feeling the hair today. Not feeling it right now. So rocking the beanie. Pretty good? Hell yeah. Oh man. I tell you what. I have no idea what the hell to do for another video. I know something I could do to try and figure out something, but we'll see. We might do that during stream, just try and figure out. Maybe we'll brainstorm. I don't know. How you doing, Mafi? Yo, Doug. I'm gonna call you Doug. Doug, do you have the setting turned on to where you can obtain gifted memberships? I'm getting used to saying gifted memberships more and more and more. You know what we might not have considered for the Legends EA starters? The possibility of new cross-gen evolutions. Cross-gen? Explain. I'm not sure I understand. Like, have you unlocked more emote slots? Yes, actually I have. I have unlocked new emote slots. Let me check. You want me to add peak increasing and blink? What the fuck? Oh, dude. I mean, I probably could. I didn't mean to do that. Go back. There we go. Okay, that's tab still muted. Levels, edit. How many more can I do now? Oh, okay. I can only do one more. I can only do one more. I need 7 more members in order to get more. Unless I'm reading the wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go. What's going on, Nami? Pleasure to see you. What's going on, Kiyoshi? How you doing, fellas? Pleasure to see you. I mean, I meant Primate meant to annihilate, but you know that's no, yeah. But you mean for like the starters? Yo, hold the fuck on. That's rare. Whoa, sorry. There's a conversation going on over here. Good, I'm Ara. Oh shoot! Oh, welcome on, Arasuna. Pleasure to see you, homie. Nami Nevermore. That's a good name, honestly. It rolls off the tongue very nice. Nami Nevermore. Like that for the starters? I don't think that's possible. Just because, like, further to be a cross evolution from what we've seen, there needs to be a Pokemon that either hasn't evolved, has only evolved twice, basically meaning that it has a slot still open to evolve, like something that hasn't existed before. But seeing that Empor for Alligator and not Chikorita, Meganium have already existed, I don't think those are capable of getting new cross-gen evolutions. Those would just straight up be like regional variants. They'd have to be regional variants in order to like exist, for lack of better words. Cause like, I mean, what about Yamask and Aruna Rodriguez? Well, once again, regional variant into a new Pokemon. The example you're thinking of is like Stantler into Weirdeer, or does Ursaluna, I forget, Ursaluna, does that evolve from Ursaring, or is it? Okay, yeah, it does evolve from Ursaring. Yeah, we just had a mock opening of my new job. I'm so tired. I just got off after coming in at 8 a.m. Oh, but you're off now though. Welcome to the chill. It was my Final Fantasy 14 name when I first started. I mean, like I said, that's a good name. Well, I'm happy you have the rest of it. Honestly, if it was up to me, I'd love to come in early and get out early for my, like, if I could do that for all of my work shifts, like if I could go in at 8 and leave at like 12, oh my god, I'd do it. I suppose, but it was just a thought. No, yeah. No, I get you. I gotta drive home, so I'll be back. No, yeah, all good. Take your time, Luna. Take your time. Y'all, so it was my friend's birthday yesterday, and she's opening up like her own little like salon store, and she made these pens, or she ordered these pens, and these are actually good fun quality. So obviously, you know, it's a pen, it's a little fidget toy, and it's a stylus, and this shit's heavy. Like, it's good. At the moment, playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. That came out today. Oh shit, that came out. I didn't even know a new Assassin's Creed game came out. There you go. Taking a break from Monster Hunter Wilds. How's that been? I've just seen everybody playing on Monster Hunter Wilds. Got chores to do, but I'm sticking around for background noise. Yeah, no, totally. 100%. Background noise lurking? All good. Ursaluna and Blood Moon Ursaluna, those are crazy. I'm hunter rank 300 in Wilds. I love the game. Is that like easy to get, or like is that like not, or because to me I'm like anything higher than 100 sounds like really impressive. So I'm like, is that like a common thing in Monster Hunter, or is that like more of like a rarity kind of thing, where it's like, oh no, like you gotta sit down and grind for that, you know? Hunter rank 3 is impressive. Most are around 100 now. Damn. Okay. Also, what's going on, Sim? Welcome on in, homie. Pleasure to see you. Max level is 999, but it's hot. I see. High for how long it's out. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. My buddy is not. Wow. That's pretty insane. Not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, that's pretty insane. 989. I mean, they're just one level away. Been playing the game 20 hours a day? No, I mean, dude, when there's a new game that comes out and it's good, it's good. Like, you just don't want to put it down. That was me when I got... Honestly, that's me when I get any new Pokemon game. Genuinely. That was me with Legends Arceus. I did not want to put down that game. That was me with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Hi, Stinky. What's going on? It's Moist. Pleasure to see you. Have you decided on what new anime you're going to watch? Did you pick Eden Zero, Your Lie in April, or Rosario Vampire? Unless if you already told me and I'm forgetting. Hold on, let me see. I'm watching a... Oh, okay, there we go. Wait, what did Taliban Hanukkah? Ooh, I know Wada really likes that anime. Wada's a big fan of it. I'm at 200 hours in total. Actually, I gotta play Assassin's, my favorite game series. I've never touched an Assassin's Creed game. I've heard a lot of things about it. I know I have a buddy, J-Dog or Jacob. He's fucking huge into it. I remember like a while ago, he just kind of sat down and just crunched through like a lot of, because he like had them, but he never like touched them or opened it up, you know? Don't want to bring negative in the chat, but I've been thinking, and I personally think that most of the negative, yeah. I mean, for like a public figure, not a public, for like a bigger name in the community, yeah, 100%. They used to be really good. Brotherhood, probably one of the best. Oh, dude, my buddy just got done rewatching through Brotherhood, and he was like, oh, it's so good. So here's, I have a, not a fun, it's not, I have not a funny story, but I have a story with like Fullmetal Alchemist in that series with me. So ever since I got into high school, you know, like 2017, freshman year, I tried to watch like Fullmetal Alchemist like a handful of times. And to me, it just didn't pick up like how I wished it had. And so it took like a couple of tries to get it. And then in my final year of high school, my senior year, my buddy Vito was like, oh, anyways, my buddy Vito was like, I think I'm gonna watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I was like, you know what? If you watch it, then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna finally watch it all the way through. And then I did. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood too. No, that's, yeah. My favorite Assassin's Creed game is Valhalla because I'm a Viking. I still have no idea what the hell or like it's all about. So I'm just like, Viking. The only the only Assassin's Creed that like I can think of off the top of my head is the one where it's like the one that Smosh did a cover of, you know. How many fools can I kill today? Too many to count, don't get in my way. I shoot a mofo in the throat with my bow. Tomahawk chop is my death blow. That was oh my god. Smosh's legends. Smosh are the legends. Is the legends? They are the legends. How do you probably? I don't know. Smosh did the Pyro one. Did they? Oh, my radars just haven't been on the Assassin's Creed franchise. What's like widely regarded to be the best Assassin's Creed game? But One Piece has way too many episodes to get into. Watch every single One Piece loser shit ever. Nah. I humbly disagree. Because once you're into it, you wish there was more. That is literally without fail, I have never not heard anybody say that there needs to be more episodes. Never not heard that after somebody caught up. I had a buddy who never watched anime a day in his life until like senior year of high school or after, like college time, right? And he started getting into One Piece, and then he got all caught up around like Wano, one of the more recent arcs. And I said, dude, so like, is there a lot of episodes or is there not enough? And he said, dude, there's not enough. And I'm like, I fucking told you, dude. I understand that it's a lot. You do realize One Piece is still going when you said that? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's not bad, almost 6 episodes. Yeah. Either 2 or Brotherhood is considered the best. I lean towards Brotherhood, but you need to play 2 to understand the story. Oh! So is it like a... Interesting. So wait, is one... Does 1 go into 2? Or are they kind of like separate things? So like 1 is kind of its own thing. 2 is its own thing, but then Brotherhood goes into 2. Or 2 goes into Brotherhood. Is that how that works? I think the only way for me to watch One Piece is if I had somebody to watch it with. No, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I do think now more than ever, there are a lot of new methods of, or there will be a lot of newer ways to better get into One Piece. for example, the new the One Piece that's going to be coming out on Netflix sometime soon. That's going to be like a retelling of the first kind of like saga. And I think that'll be a good starting point for a lot of people. I think it'll be jarring for people to, you know, go to like modern day animation from Studio Wit to, I don't know, fucking like 1999 animation from Toei Animation. But, you know, I mean, if you're interested in it, you know, why not? Why stop? Also feel like the live action One Piece it will be a good option once it gets further. Yeah. I think you can watch the live action, but I still think there are a lot of things you should like. If you watch the live action only, it's a great option. You get the story, you get everything, but they do change a certain amount of stuff, not in a bad way. Like they do it in a really good way. They do change it. Like Garp was never introduced in the beginning of it. The Garp wasn't introduced until like a handful of arcs in, like 3 sagas in. You know, it's just some little things here and there, but yeah. I really wanted to get into Assassin's Creed when I was a kid / teen, but I just never picked any of them up. When I was growing up, I never was like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3 all tell an overarching story. Then they start doing their own thing, but still keeping a story in mind in the game. Interesting. I see. Wow, okay. And it's in that order. So 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and then 3. Or did you just write down a random order? Hell yeah. Garp was in. Well, he was in the cover stories, but he never pursued Luffy. Like how he did. Spoilers for the live action. It's been 2 years. Has it been 2 years? Hold on. There's no way. I know it came out like. Actually, I don't know when it came out. I'm looking this up. When did you drop? 2023. Okay, it's been a year. September 22. It's been a year. Honestly, the Mansion with 1,000 episodes is a piss poor pacing. Yeah, that'll be my one complaint for One Piece. Pacing. It's the middle of the day and I feel like I need to sleep for 7 more hours. Ooh, did you not get good? Or did you get? How was your sleep last night? I also realized that my water bottle is all the way over there. What was I gonna say? I had something else in my mind, but I'm like, oh, you know, yeah, growing up around like, or involving like the video game world of everything, like there were like only like 2 like things that my parents or my mom really didn't want me to play, and that was like, she didn't want me to play GTA 5 and she didn't want me to play like Call of Duty, which was, I mean, lucky for her, those kind of games just are not my kind of thing. So I'm like, fair enough. Can't say the same for my brother though. He definitely would, if he could have, he would have played those games. I could, for sure. But like video games for like I don't know. Like I really didn't know much of anything, honestly. Like I feel like a lot of people were introduced to video games, whether it be through like a friend who already knows of all these other video games, or an older sibling or an older like relative, or there'd be like a cousin or something. I am the oldest sibling in my family, so everything that I know was like, that's it. And the only other method in which I like learned about video games was through my cousin, and even then he's not like super big into like a lot of like, I mean he's definitely more of an all-around gamer than I am. I just gotta grab my water. I gotta go right back here. Like, or you know, he plays stuff like, you know, he's not so much of a gamer now, but you know, like back in the day, it was just like, you know, Overwatch, Rust, Minecraft, you know, like a bunch of those games that were kind of like big around that time. But he also was like, you know, big into Nintendo stuff. And so like, you know, he introduced me to Smash Bros. He introduced me to Pokemon, all that stuff. And that was fun. My first ever video game was Tetris. He also introduced me to Minecraft and Club Penguin. And those were my fucking shit for the longest time. Until I got into Pokemon. Once I got into Pokemon, Club Penguin faded out. and Minecraft and Pokemon were like the big two for me. Between ship pacing or filler, I'll take the bad pacing being bad. They didn't really have a choice. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting that One Piece didn't go with the filler route and they just like stretched. Not that I'm like, I mean, either or, you gotta do something about it, but yeah, I don't know. I think what they're doing right now with the series is really good. I like that they went on a 6-month hiatus so that not only the manga can go further, but also so that in that 6-month hiatus period, they reanimated and kind of sped up one of their previous arcs that was very stretched out. I am so sorry to hear that. I hope those days are long gone and are not a memory of new. If that makes any sense. I think that does. I think I said that right. Nowadays, I hear about video games through like my friends and stuff like that. Like Mafi, she got me into like Persona 3. She got me into Your Turn to Die. I never played any of the Danganronpa games, but I mean, she's responsible for me getting interested in like that whole story. She's done a lot. Zelda, I just kind of stumbled my way into. There were people that came along. They were like, "Oh, you should do this Zelda or this Zelda." Or I just would have talked more about Zelda. I love the world of Zelda. I love the world of Zelda. That's good. I'm happy that it was a long time ago now. I'm trying to think what have I gotten you into, Mafi? Video game wise, I don't think I've inherently gotten you in anything. I don't want to say I got you to play Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon, because I think like just knowing how you are was naturally a matter of time before you got into it. But even then, like, you were already in Pokemon, so that's totally like not the same thing at all. What did you get? Did I get you in anything? I literally like can't. Yeah, no, I can't. I just blanked out so hard. I am so sorry. Wow. Holy crap. Yeah, no, I don't think I got you in anything. Speaking of the Pocket Men, I'm starting a random. Oh, wait. Rando lock. Hold on. Wait. Rando. What's a rando lock? I've heard of a lot of those like lock challenges. I don't know what a rando lock is. May you please explain? I'm actually really excited. Oh, wait, and what game are you doing it in? Randomize. Oh, okay. Dude, no, okay. Dude, those are so much fun. Because you can get like a fucking Hoopa Route 1. Gonna do it in Leaf Green because ooh, dude. Have fun. There are a lot of routes in Kanto. Plus, if you use the fishing rod in like towns where there's little bits of water, you know. Dude, that's gonna be good. Dude, I hope you have fun with that. That's good. Oh. Honestly, I've been thinking of doing a randomized Nuzlocke. I mean, I don't know about maybe a Nuzlocke. I don't know. I can give it a shot. Fucking shoot the shit, whatever. Of doing like a randomized Nuzlocke for probably like Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. I love Oraz. There are a lot of areas in which you can get good encounters. Sun and Moon would also be a fun one. I think anything on the 3DS, Or is it better than the originals? Buddy, shake my hand. I am right there with you. I haven't played Emerald. I'd love to play Emerald. I'd love to play Emerald. I'd like to get more of an I'd like to get a real experience with Emerald. Like, I know it's stupid hard. Like, you know, getting like a Game Boy Advance or an SP, like a clamshell, like that's not that hard, but getting the Emerald copy, like, I like to have my experience. Well, I mean, some I don't care about, some I do. Like, I played Black and White on my totally legit DS. But then, you know, eventually I went and got another copy for my totally legit DS, and, you know, just, I loved it. I do technically have a Game Boy SP that's sitting in somebody else's house, but, like, I don't think they want it anymore, so if I could just find myself a copy of Pokemon Emerald, you know. But no, yeah, no, dude, I think Aura, like, minus as well the lack of Battle Tower, which I think would have been really, really cool. If Game Freak should have started doing DLC at any point in their lifespan, I think it should have been during that, and just introduced like the battle frontier in Auraz. Regardless, even though they didn't, that game has like, see, I'm thinking about it in the sense of like, oh, like if you're playing it as you like when it comes out, because like one of the first things I thought of was like the secret bases and all the cool stuff that like went to that, right? But I mean, you know, even still, there's so many things you can do in that game. It's beautiful as well. The music is incredible. The music actually sounds reminiscent of the old music, which is something that Heart Gold Soul Silver did not do good at all. That's my hot take. The music for Heart Gold and Soul Silver is not good, in the sense that it does not sound like Gen 2. It does not sound like Gen. They kept themes, but not the entire song. And that, honestly, my first ever time playing through Gen 2 was with Pokemon Crystal on my 3DS. I went and bought like the virtual versions before, like the day before the shop was about to go out. Are you dead? All right, it's dead. But I played through Crystal just because I'd never been through Gen 2 before, and I was like, dude, this is so much fucking fun. Like, I am having way more fun than I ever expected to. Because for a long time, I was like, I don't think I could go backwards, because I started with X and Y, so I only knew a 3D Pokemon. And going backwards seemed weird for me for a while, but then I played Black and White and Black 2, White 2, and then I'm like, you know what? Let's go fucking way back. Let's just do this. And then I played through Crystal, and I had such a fun time with Pokemon Crystal. Like, it's in my top 10, which might be crazy to say, but it might be in my top 5. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. Pokemon Crystal might be in my top 5 favorite Pokemon games. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know if that's a do-rag goes. I don't know if that's a crazy statement or not, but yeah. So I'm repeating myself, but can we do a poll for Legends EA Star to see a percentage of who's picking what? Yeah, sure, we can do that for fun. All right, people. If you guys are gonna get Pokemon Legends EA, let me know which starter you're picking. Are you going with Chikorita? Are you going with Totodile? Are you going with Tepig? Start the poll. Although, to be fair, you went from playing the first 3D Pokemon to peak 2D Pokemon. The Unova games are so good. That's why. No, yeah. I mean, dude. When I beat Black and White for the first time, like just base Black and White, not Black 2, White 2, it was such a cinematic experience. No, because like, you know, it's at the end where he's like, you know, oh, Egan, if you have a dream, follow that dream and make that dream come true. Something, blah, 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 stuff like that, right? And when he's like, well then, farewell. And then it's like Pokemon Black. Literally, a single tear shed from my eye. Why are we tagging pigs? I like Tepig. Wow, this is mixed. This is such a, wow, this is really mixed. I don't know where I thought this was gonna go, but this is mixed. I thought it was gonna be one-sided. Any Chikorita votes? Y'all gonna see some professional help. I'm hoping that like they make Meganium really good in this game, whether it be like moveset or I don't know. Or just new type, I don't know. Not that, I know in Gen 2, it's like, by technicality, the worst starter to pick, blah, blah, blah. I've seen good results with it, personally. I haven't used it, but I've just seen good results. I think it's, I don't know, Totodile for the win. But yeah, when I, surprised Totodile, yeah, no, that's what I thought. That's what I was like, why is it not in the lead? But yeah, when I played Black and White, like a single tear just shed from my eye. And when I played Black 2, White 2, I was like, wow, okay. I do think though that Black 2, I see some Pokemon games are like do this more than others. I really think that Black 2, White 2 is one of those games that like, if you're like me and you play an older video game for the first time, and like once you beat the game, you're kind of done with it. If you're like me, Pokemon Black 2, White 2 kind of blows. But if you're an actual gamer and not a phony like me, and like you enjoy the game all throughout, like even after, like you do post game and stuff like that, then I'm sure it's one of the best games ever. Like me and Mafi, we just got done recently playing through Black 2, White 2 together. And I, you know, in between the streams, I took my time and I like properly explored through Unova in its fullest. And I had such, I mean, I came out loving Black 2, White 2 more than I originally did. I think that's something that a lot of Pokemon games suffer from though. I think a lot of Pokemon games suffer from the fact that like, hey, if you can't play this game with somebody or like in the time age or in the time period in which it came out, then you're not going to get the best experience you can, or even just like, I don't know, I think, and that kind of sucks. It really does. Cause like, I don't know. I love the post game for Black 2. I've heard it's the best. I haven't really done much of it. I genuinely like need to, for lack of better words, you know? Also, what's going on, Kira? Poor Totodile is struggling to maintain 10%, which that's crazy. Chikorita in the start. I'm seeing a lot of Chikorita love, and good, honestly. I hope Chikorita has the redemption arc that like it deserves, you know? I'm still so thrown off guard that they went with 2 Gen 2 starters and 1 Gen 5 starter. I have 3 copies of Black 2 now since my younger brother found his card. Holy shit. Wow, dude. You have 3? Dude, you could fucking get a pretty ass penny just for those alone. I was at a convention like 2 years ago, and there was this guy, there's, you know, like a stand where this guy was just selling video games, and this guy was selling it's like $700 just for free. There was this guy that was selling like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and but it was like everything. It was like, you know, like the cartridge, the box, the manual, and everything inside of it. Like it was a complete package, right? I don't know if it came with a Pokewalker, but I asked him, I was like, hey, is it possible that I could just like if I wanted to just buy the cartridge, like how much would that be? And he was like, honestly, it's not really gonna go down that much from like the original price. And I was like, wow. Shit, didn't buy it. No, you know what is, there was another stand that had like literally like bins full of GBA games and Game Boy games. I'm a better person than this and I didn't, but I can't lie to you guys and say that it wasn't so tempting, because there was only one motherfucker running it. If that motherfucker was like this, I could have grabbed a copy of Crystal and just put it in my pocket. I'm gonna be so dead ass. I could have done it, and I contemplated it so heavily. Honestly, I can't, like, not looking back on it now, I kind of wish I just didn't. I kind of regret not just like buying it, because I'm like, what are the odds that that's gonna happen again? Like, and it wasn't just one copy. Like, there were several copies of all these video games. Like, there were greens, there were blues, there were reds, there were crystals, there were gold, silvers, like literally anything from gens 1 through 2. Your Honor, it's Pokemon Crystal. You got it. Your Honor, with all due respect, he wasn't fucking looking. I need to buy Pokemon White 2 at some point. I wanted to play through that game since it came out. If you're a proper gamer, unlike me, and like do everything you can in the game, you'll have an amazing time. I don't believe those polls. It's a little interesting. Evalio? Evalio? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Can I breathe video games? You're in for a good fucking time. Is it weird to say that, like, is it weird to say that I think randomizers are best on 3D games for Pokemon? Is that a weird take, or do you guys kind of get what I'm saying with that? Like, 3D Pokemon games, so X and Y onward, those are the best for, like, randomizers. Is that crazy? I just feel like you get the most out of them with 3D games. I don't know. I have nothing against like the 2D games and them being randomized. Like I don't think there's anything bad with them. I just feel like you get the most out of the 3D. I don't even know where that comes from. I have never randomized a 3D game, so I guess I'm the odd one out. No, I mean, like, I don't know if I'm the odd one out, you know? Like, I don't know if that's a crazy statement. I seriously, like, I want to do a randomized playthrough of, like, you know what I'd love? Oh my God, you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to do a, like, I mean, it's nothing I could, like, genuinely, like, it's nothing I could do alone. It's more so a community thing, but I'd love to do like a randomized playthrough of like Pokemon like Oras, right? Like a randomized Oras, but it's like a community driven playthrough. You know what I mean? Like nicknames come from, like, some nicknames can come from, like, you know, the chat or you guys, and you know, it's like I want you guys to get attached to these Pokemon along with me instead of just kind of like watching me play. Like some people would hate, like, let's say I get a Banette, and some people, or sorry, I get like a Staryu, and for some reason like a group of people really dislike the Staryu, but a lot of other people are like, nah, Staryu's the go, y'all are hating on it. Like just that, like, not that discourse, but just like that difference. I'm like, I'd love that. I'd love that. Basically, I just want a Tyranitar Tube Extreme Randomizer Nuzlocke experience. That's all I'm asking for. That's how you have to do it. Name it after chat members. I don't know if I'd name it after chat. I mean, I might name it after chat members. It's not like something I'm against, but I was more so thinking like, just like, you know, like chat, like somebody comes up with this really stupid name for like when I was playing through Black 2, White 2 with Mafi, or no, sorry, when I was playing through Black and White with Mafi, somebody recommended the name Fortnite for my Emolga. And that was incredible. And that legitimately came, like, that Emolga was incredible. I'm furious at the Pokemon computer for posting memes bashing my boy Tepig. I don't understand why he's getting so much heat thrown at him. Was that a pun intended? Beat a Pokemon game with a Swalot only named Schmedia Blob. If a Swalot or what's the pre-evolution? Gulpin ever showed up, I'd have to name it Schmedia Blob. Schmeat Blob. Yeah, it probably would have to be Schmeat Blob. Just because the amount of characters you can take up. Oh, what was I gonna say? No, I mean the with what you said, Douglas. I mean, there's just no pleasing like the Pokemon fandom anymore. I don't think there ever was a time in which people, you know, like you would please the Pokemon fandom. Because there would be, I mean, I wasn't there, but you know, there'd be people every generation that would be like, wow, these new games fucking suck. Like people said that about Gen 5, and now that's like widely regarded to be the best generation of Pokemon. Considering Gen 5 was absolutely decimated by hate when it first, no, exactly, like me with Monster Hunter, a fairy tale themed Pokemon team. I could definitely come up with one. Like I could definitely come up with that. But it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, just like some games just need their like, Mafi, what's the word you use for it? Is it recession? I hope I'm not using that word entirely wrong. But I mean, like some Pokemon games, a lot of Pokemon games are like beloved. I feel like the only Pokemon game that like I really, recession, yeah. I feel like the only Pokemon games that I like haven't heard any like shit for is Gen 3. Like I feel like people who love Gen 3 love Gen 3. People who haven't played Gen 3 have no hate towards Gen 3. Like I feel like Gen 3 is such like a, like I hear so much good about it. Does anybody else know what I'm saying? Or am I the only one in this situation? Like the only complaint I have is the graphics and getting rid of GTSs. It's such a crime that they got rid of the GTS. I'm like, I'm all right on the graphics just because I'm like, yeah, I feel like Gen 3 is the golden child of the Pokemon like fan base. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I should be more upset with how Pokemon games look. Like, I mean, all things aside, I think that these new, like, I think that Z8 looks incredible in comparison to everything we've gotten previously. Like, I think, like, would I prefer more a Sword and Shield style? And I'm not talking about that fucking tree. Calm down. Gen 3 isn't my favorite, however, as the remakes or as remakes go, or as was done so fucking well. No, like exactly, like in some, and yeah, when I said Gen 3, I meant like Hoenn as a whole, like everything that exists within Hoenn more so. I should have like properly worded that. But like, I mean, no, like if people don't like the original Gen 3, they enjoy Gen 6 Aura. They enjoy Auras. If people don't like Auras, they enjoy original Gen 3. Like I feel like there's something for everybody in Gen 3. Monster Hunter Wilds came out and I was like, yo, this game is better. It's a better experience than Monster Hunter World. Fast forward 2 weeks and man, this game is so ass, but I'm gonna keep playing it anyways. That's so funny. Gen 4 is extremely overpraised that for as mid as a Pokemon game it is. I feel like it's way more loved than Gen 4, at least up to BDSP. See, you know what's so crazy to me with Gen 4? I've spoken my piece on Gen 4. I don't need to anymore. The craziest thing for me with Gen 4 was that, or, you know, like I said, I'm sure a lot of fair because Auras did get rid of the battle tower. I think, and that was a very big, yeah, no, like if there's one thing people did not like about Auras, it's the fact that they didn't have the battle tower. But in my opinion, there was a lot of post game to do. Like besides the battle tower, you had the Delta episode, which is still peak, by the way. You have catching all the legendaries through the Hoover rings and all the specifics, like requirements you need to meet in order to get those. Like you could get once you had Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, then you could get Ho-Oh. I thought that's like that's just an awesome aspect of it. But like the thing with Gen 4 for me was, because like I said, I started with Gen 6. I started with X and Y. So I didn't know anything that came before that, right? Like I knew the Pokemon, don't know the characters, don't know the regions, and that's basically it, right? So after Auras came out, immediately, and I mean like immediately, I heard like, all right, bro, it's time for Gen 4 remakes. Gen 4 remakes are gonna be peak, dude. Gen 4 remakes are gonna be it. Like, oh, Gen 4, like, from my perspective, Gen 4 was so unbelievably hyped up from like the get-go after ORAS came out. And then I got like I had a good experience with BDSP. But I think still, if it, like, now that I know, like, when I was playing through it, I had no knowledge of like what Platinum did for Gen 4 and anything like that. So while playing through, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. Like, I'm having fun. And that's what matters, you know, like, I'm battling these trainers, blah, 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 I'm exploring through the region, all that stuff. Like, I'm still having fun. Then I learned, like, everything that, like, what Platinum did and what they added and what, basically, to say it easier, I learned everything that BDSP didn't do, and I was like, oh, that's a shame. And then I just started learning more about BDSP, or just Diamond and Pearl in general, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm biased towards Gen 4 since it was my first game, but I can't deny all the points you made towards the game. The fucking obstacle of Cynthia, still one of the best bosses in all of Pokemon. I mean, that theme, that encounter theme, that team, diabolical. And the fact that they not improved upon it, but the fact that they did it again in a new style with Volo and Legends Arceus, spoilers by the way, sorry, you should have played it already. I think like she stands out for herself. I think it's how people feel about it. When you go through the hardship and nostalgic look at it, you remember the great feeling of overcoming the obstacles rather than its issues. Oh, well, no, yeah, 100%. 100%. Also, Kiram, I will read your comment in just 1 minute. What you said 2 things ago. No, yeah. BDSP just pisses me off. It's just missed potential. See, I think that's the best way to put BDSP. It's just missed potential. They could have made Sinnoh so much better, but they made it worse in cutting out all the platinum features. Like, to this day, I will never know how to beat her with my... I will never know how I beat her with my level 83 Infernape and level 54 Palkia, alone with all my other mods or meat shields. That's why Gen 6 sucks and everybody's helping. That's why we have Legends ZA to come out and fix Gen 6. But no, like, here, I'm gonna say this and then I want your guys' opinion on it, because I think no matter what time you got into Pokemon, I think this is true. There is no greater nostalgic feeling or nostalgia, like, heavy love for a Pokemon game than Gen 4. Specifically Sinnoh. I think there is no harder and stronger nostalgic love for a Pokemon game than Gen 4. And I'm willing to say that with my full... I don't even think that's a hot take, but like I think that is a factual statement. Like that's when the DS era picked up. Yeah, like there's just so much nostalgia for it. Now Kurum said something interesting. Am I the only one who didn't like Gen 7? See, that's an interesting statement. I mean, from the get-go, I loved Sun and Moon. But, and this is something that I feel like has to be taken into consideration with every Pokemon game. When a Pokemon game comes out, it's not just the game itself that you're having a good time with. Oh, people love Gen 7. People love Gen 7. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with all Pokemon games, right? It's not just the game itself. Like, the game can be great. If you are not surrounded by either like a community of people or friends, or like, if you are not surrounded by friends that are also playing the game with you, or a community of people online that you're following playing the game with you, or anything of the sort, I feel like any game without those is severely lacking. Not saying that the games aren't good by themselves. Like, are you just saying that straight up? For me, I mean, like, look, I would have ended up loving Gen 7 regardless if it didn't have what I had. But when Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon came out, that's when I came into Jason's community. I'm sure a lot of you know who Jason is at this point. My friend Jason Spacin, or for y'all you old heads, Jason plays Pokemon. You know, that's when I came into his community, and you know, like every night basically, you know, he'd just sit there and shiny hunt on Pokemon Sun and Moon and ORAS, or Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. And being there like every stream with that community, having the laughs, the exciting moments, and just taking in everything that Gen 7 had, it was a peak experience for Pokemon with me. And I haven't even talked about my preference. I love the story of Gen 7. Gen 7 as a kid, I despised, but then I properly played it now, and it's my second favorite generation. Gen 7, I think, is so criminally underrated. Because here's the thing. We got Black and White, Black 2, White 2, two games back to back that were like narratively brilliant and gameplay wise absolutely brilliant, right? Then we got Gen 6 that lacked in both departments, but you didn't hear people complaining about the gameplay stuff because Megas existed. And that totally just sidetracked everybody. So what was left to complain about with Gen 6 and X and Y? The story. The story was lacking. The story is, and I agree with that. The story is extremely lacking in X and Y. And not to say that ORAS didn't. I think ORAS definitely improved on the story that which original Ruby and Sapphire did with the Delta episode, but 90% of it is the same story that we already knew. So then what did Game Freak do? Game Freak delivered one of the most, like, they delivered a story heavy game first and foremost, and it had a bunch of gimmicks in it. And what did people do? What did people do when Game Freak delivered a story heavy game? People complained because the cutscenes were too long. Even though that's what you guys fucking 5, 6, 7 years ago were wanting. Let me catch up with chat. If Gen 3 is the golden child of the community, then Gen 7 is the beloved baby of the child community. I think Gen 7 is getting its recession now. Or at least it'll be getting it soon. Gen 7 with Megas would have probably... Wait, Gen 7 with Megas would have put that game in the GOAT convo, but Z Crystals were so goddamn stupid. Well, they did have Megas in the game, just very late, but I get what you mean. I only think it's getting its flowers now. Yeah, no, I think it's only now getting its flowers. Right, Team Rainbow Rocket was amazing post-game. Like, genuinely amazing post-game. Someone has to rep the Gen 7 haters, and it's gonna be me. Sun and Moon are actually the most mid I've ever seen, not to mention the hand-holding simulator. I love Gen 7. Team Skull is a bunch of thugs that aren't even really bad guys fully. Yeah. I got that feeling the first time. The start is very much so like that. Yeah. I don't understand why people were complaining about the cutscenes. It's kind of childish. Z moves are poggers. You guys are incorrect. Look, the gimmicks. That's a different conversation. I'm like, oh, whatever. Rainbow Rocket is my favorite post game, so I don't despise it entirely. Like, because here's my thing with Gen 7. You get genuinely an amazing Pokedex. You get a really, really good Pokedex with Gen 7. You have a refreshing take on a Pokemon game. Gyms, they're out. You get this new trial experience. You get something fresh. You get something you haven't seen before. You get a way new feeling when it comes to exploring the region, considering that the region is split up into 4 different islands. You get a brand new experience of like exploring a region in a whole different way. You have a new gimmick that can be fun. It just depends on how you feel about it. You have an evil team that is one of the first evil teams that were like, shit, maybe they're not that bad, but they're disguised as one. And then you have the actual evil bitches that were disguised, like anybody with a brain could put together, oh, like they're the actual evil team and stuff like that, right? But you have an amazing evil team, and you have some of the, you have some amazing characters in that game. Ignoring your main rival, Hao, who just kind of wants to be like his grandfather, which isn't really like anything special considering that he's the first trial captain, whatever. Besides the point, you have Lily's story arc, which is an amazing story arc to watch happen. You have Gladion's story arc. You get to see the effects. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to say this. You get to see the results of what a shitty mother of you. Oh, fuck, how do I say this? You get to see the results of a shitty mother being a shitty mother and how that affected two of her childs in two different avenues. You get a child who was very shut in, very quiet, very kept to themselves, very nervous, very shy, very timid. Then you get a child who is very rebellious, very angsty, and is very aggravated about the way that he grew up. And you see him go about it in his own route. And then eventually you see them heal by the end. And you see this broken family come back together. It's a beautiful story. Yeah, Twinkle Tackle. I think... Yeah, Hao is like, whatever. You don't need to worry about Hao. Literally, the rest... Oh, also... prettiest looking Pokemon games on the 3DS, by the way. I mean, should be, it's guaranteed because, you know, it's the last ones on the 3DS, but besides the point. Yeah, Twinkle Tackle is really fun. I think it's genuinely the worst with, like, Xerneas, just because, like... Okay. Here's the thing with Hao, though. Here's the thing with Hao. Is he a good rival or friend or even character? No, not really. But he did nothing obnoxious. He did absolutely nothing obnoxious. You are not to defend Hao? No, I don't. Look, do I think Hao, like, how I think of stuff is like, here's the baseline. The baseline is fine. The baseline is fine. Underneath the baseline is bad. Above the baseline is really good. Hao did nothing proper. Like his character arc is practically non-existent. He's not a rival, but we haven't had a real rival since Gen 3, people. So get over that. So the word rival doesn't really exist. He's just a friend. And his, like I said, his character arc doesn't exist, basically. But there was nothing. There was nothing he did that was obnoxious. Malasada mentioned, what the fuck is a rival? His entire character is obnoxious. I don't see how that was so. N is my favorite character because of the struggle. No, N is peak Pokemon rival. What do you mean we got Barry? Oh yeah, Barry. Hold on. You want to... I'm gonna find you! Kill him. Somebody kill him. I'm gonna find you 1,000,000 fucking Pokédollars, and then I'm gonna use my Staravia at the 6th gym, which should be a fucking Staraptor at this point. What a dumbass. What a dumbass. Since Gen 3, would you really consider Ho and Duo to be proper rivals like Gen 2 and 1? Oh, no, not at all. Sorry, I should have said Gen 2 since Gen 2. Yeah. We haven't had a real rival since... We haven't had a real rival that everybody gets on their knees sucking the absolute dick of Game Freak of since Gen 2. Just saying. Just saying. Black 2, White 2 was decent with Hugh. He wasn't a rival. Hugh wasn't a rival. Let's be so real here right now. Hugh was not a rival. Hugh was more of a character. Hugh was more of his own character than he ever was a rival. I never once... I'm not saying he isn't a rival. He absolutely... He's in that like character stereotype for Pokemon games. No, Bede was a real rival. Bede was a dick. I shouldn't project as much as I am. To me, Hugh seemed more like this is a character with a goal more so than he's trying to like one-up me or become better than me. Just not the rival of I'm going to dismember your entire team like Gens 1 and 2. I mean, yeah, nobody comes close after that. Hugh never gave me a sense of, oh, competitive like rivalry. He felt more to me like a character with a story arc than like somebody who was like, oh, we're gonna get each other. Like I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better than you. Nemona is more obnoxious than Hau in comparison. Also, I saw somebody say something about Hop, and I'm not having that. Look, you can say whatever you want about Hau. I just don't see the obnoxious stuff with Hau. Hop hate is so overrated. Hop hate is so forced. Hop hate is so forced. You mean Hop, Hau 2.0? No. Oh, they copied his animations. That doesn't make him anything like the character at all. Let's take a look at Hop and his situation and his circumstances. Hop is the younger brother. No, not at all. Incorrect statement. Incorrect statement. Hop is the younger brother of the champion for this region. Hop, from day one, has been living in Leon's shadow. Whether you like Leon as a champion or whatever the fuck, look, you don't need to like Leon. You just need to know that you just need to understand what a champion means in the region. And you need to understand that being the younger brother to a champion, which by the way, it doesn't help that in Galar, Leon is one of, if not the most, like mainstream champions in terms of like the Pokemon world. Like Leon is everywhere. He's on TV because he's on TV. He has sponsors on the back of his cape. He is a celebrity. He is a celebrity. And here's his little brother who has to somehow miraculously live up to this champion's level expectations. And the moment you and him start out on your journey, he falls behind. Not just in the sense that, oh, you're the main playable character, you should be able to defeat him. In the sense that he literally, canonically in a story matter, cannot keep up. So you know what he does? He changes his teams. He tries different strategies. He has so many, the only two Pokemon that he keeps throughout his entire journey is his starter and Wooloo. And as those eventually evolve over time. So many of his Pokemon change with almost every battle you fight with him. He tries different strategies. He tries different Pokemon. He gives it his all. And as he's giving it his all, he gets beat down hard by Bede. Bede knocks him into the ground and takes his fucking, not his ego, but it takes his optimism and just drops it to the floor. And then here he is, still giving it his best in the end, helping you fight Eternatus. And you know what he comes to?
he comes to the realization, I don't have to be better than my brother. I don't have to try and compete with him. I can do my own thing. I don't need to live up to the expectations that people expect of me. I can do my own thing. And what does he end up doing? He instead ends up becoming Sonya's assistant by the end of the game. Boom. Hop is How 2.0. If you look at the interactions between the players and Hop, they're the exact same as How in Gen 7. He's better How, but he's still How. No. How? Let me just make sure I'm like 100% right on this. How? Let's see. If I recall correctly, the most How wanted in terms of a goal, actually, now that I'm like looking at it and thinking about it, How really didn't even have like a proper goal other than to just be like a mirror to you. How didn't even have a goal. He was just traveling along with you just cause. Hop had a goal. How. I mean How. How had a goal. No, fuck. How did not have a goal. How just literally was like your mirror. Just going along the region along with you. No proper goal. And then you just, he makes it to the Elite Four in the championship. He is literally just your mirror. He has nothing else going for him. He's the grandson of the island captain, whatever it's called, for the first island. That's cool. Nothing. Thank you. His personality trait was just mentioning Malasadas every 3 milliseconds. How's this became a Pokemon stream. If the player had a mirror right next to him the whole game, that would be How. And that is not what Hop is. Oh, sure. They use the same animation. That means nothing. That does not contribute to any conversation he may have about his actual character. Animations and design does not mean anything. If we're going to talk about the fact that they kept animations, or if they reuse animations, that's a whole other conversation. That's a conversation about Game Freak being lazy. That's a conversation. That's a better conversation than the freaking trees in Sword and Shield. If you want to call Game Freak out for something that they actually should be called out for, it should be the fact that they did reuse that one animation, not the trees. How's that one? How's that one? If graphics are, if players get that taken out, people did though, not as much as the trees. They did, but not as much as trees. It should be the fact that GameCube games look better than Switch titles, the story-based stuff, and the OSTs they can do in their sleep. This is true. Well, no, I think Sword and Shield and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are the best looking Pokemon games on the Switch. Other than Pokemon Snap new, but that's different story. And why is it the worst region, Moist? I would like to hear. I want to hear your reasoning. God, I didn't want to become a debate. I didn't want to become a debater. I didn't want it to become like this. I didn't want it to be like this. Wrong thing. I think Galar looks fine. I think Galar looks absolutely fine. And I think a lot of people over-hate on it a lot. This looks so vibrant. It looks so... Hold on. Can I get anything but a Pokemon battle? Jenna is such a tug of war in my mind because it's the best looking game visually, 3D wise, but in my mind, I did not enjoy the game's story, the battling, or the wannabe gyms. Oh, what? The gyms were fun though. Look, I'll say the story, yeah, it's lackluster. It's not like world-ending threat. It's a very grounded story. It's like, hey, we have an energy crisis and we have this corrupt, basically this corrupt politician, and he's willing to do anything to get it back. It's a very grounded story. I can agree on that. It's not a very exciting story. I said that to Bees. I said that to Bees. It's a very grounded story, 100%. But like, you guys can't sit here and tell me like, for a not super realistic style, for Game Freak not going for a super realistic style. Hold on. This looks incredible. This looks incredible. Sim, okay. I was waiting for somebody to say this. Sim, you just fell for the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Sim, you said the exact thing that I wanted you to say. You said the exact thing that I wanted you to say. Galar, anybody who says Galar is a straight line has never played the fucking games. That is bullshit. That is the biggest piece of bullshit I've ever heard. Biggest piece of, and I will show you. I will show you. Look, is the map literally, is the region just like a line? Yes. Does that mean that's how you travel through it? Fuck no. Fuck no. Let me show you. For people that complain that the map is linear, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Here we go. Okay, so. Oh God, how do I zoom in on this? There we go. Okay. So. I'm gonna make it. Can I make this red? Where's the, where's. Okay, fuck it. Oh wait, no, down here. Okay. You go north to Progress. Hold on. Hold on. You start down here. Then you make your way up, over here, back over, up. You can explore about as much as this as you want. You can go all over the place, whatever. Then through here, over here, up here, to the right, back down, through here, down, over, up, through here, over here, further up, back down, over, up in this corner, back down again, through here, take a train, and then you're up there. Chat, would you like to agree that the straight line I just drew is very straight? Compared to other regions, I think that... Oh, wait, hold on. Scarlet and Violet's problem was that it's too much focus on the realism than the graphics. Yeah. Egan, this is cope. How are you literally going to sit here and tell me this is cope? You're saying that the game is just... Whoop! This is about as stupid and complicated as any other Pokemon game. Like, do you eventually just keep going upwards? Yes. Do you go north to Progress? Yes or no? You don't just go straight north. You eventually make your way north through a bunch of winds and turns. The overall direction, yes, it's north, but it's not straight north. Good as for any other region. Where is oh god. Is it a straight line? If it is a straight line, then I'm gay. Love Scarlet Vibe, but it's a story. Oh no, yeah, I read that. Hold on. Well, okay. Other than that, you realize that all other regions are just circles, right? Like every other region is just a circle. Unova. Or it's just a big square, to better say it. You realize every other one is just a big... Please. What? That's... Please? Fuck. Okay, let's... There we go, okay. Unova. Boop, 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 boop. Oh wait, no, this is the black 2. Hold on, sorry, this is black 2 item map. Boop, 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 boop. Then it's weird. Then boop, 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 boop. It's an oval, good sir. So your argument is that while going north, you take select detours only to go north. My argument was that you go north to progress the whole time. Other games make you go all over the place. That's kind of the exact same thing I said with Scarlet and with Sword and Shield. Look, am I saying it's perfect? No. But it's not as linear as everybody. Saying it's a straight line is just not correct. We're suddenly media. Wait, where are my glasses? I don't even know where they are. Is it more? Is it more of a straight line than anything else? Yes. But is it a direct straight line? No. Also, this is just a genuine question because I can't think of a reason why. And this isn't me like even trying to like pick up another point for like the conversation or anything like that. I'm genuinely just really curious. If the map, I'm gonna pull it back up. Hold on. Actually, I'll just do this. What am I doing? Open a new tab. Okay. Even if the map just, in essence, goes whoop, what does that take away from the game? You still explore throughout the region. It's just a bit easier. You can still experience and find the same amount of Pokemon as you regularly would. The story still progresses the exact same. I genuinely don't understand what it being in a straight line takes away from the game. It just feels lazy and unnatural. Unnatural? That's the real fucking world, dude. You can't say it feels unnatural when that's literally the real world. That's literally the real. You can't say it's unnatural. You want to say it's okay? If we're gonna say it's lazy, then technically by that, all the regions are lazy because they're all based off of somewhere real. Oh, Alola's just 4 islands? That's lazy. That's Hawaii. France, or Kalos is just France? That's lazy. The Eiffel Tower, that... The better thing to say, other regions feel like people can actually exist in. Okay, that was the worst argument you ever just made right there. This is the region that is the most... Make good wind-up merchant. That argument was so bad. Unnatural bows. No, don't say that, Douglas. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't even get close to that. You think Game Freak has the same convos as the visual boardrooms, or it's simpler than just turning his slop on a conveyor belt? Look. Yeah, the map, very vertical. Twists and turns throughout. I don't see what that takes away from the game. Like once again, let's say I entirely throw out my opinion on like the map is fine. Let's say I think the map is stupid. Let's say I think the map is bad. I don't know what that takes away from the game. And I'm like genuinely asking, and I want to understand like what the perspective or what the issue is, because to me, like in my brain right now, I don't see what it being just straight up takes away from the game. I still explore throughout a region. I still catch and evolve my Pokemon. I still take in the story the same as I would any other game. Like genuinely, to me personally, I don't see what that takes away from the game at like a base level. Once again, I don't think this is perfect. I do think, like, yes, like I will agree. I will sit here and agree. Was the DLC linear like this or no? I didn't play it. The extended maps for are they here? Okay, I'll just work with this. So with the DLC, you kind of just do go like all over the place with it. It's kind of like you start, this is like where you hold on, let me there we go. So like you start here and you like, this is kind of like your base of operation. This is for the first DLC. This is like your base of operations. You kind of get sent through, you get sent to do like little missions like all throughout the area, and you can do them in like any order you want. This is like pure wild area down here. Like you can go like anywhere you want. It's just like some of like the time, not the time, what am I saying? Some of like the events or like the story for the DLC, like it will take you to certain places, but you can like still explore it to your like as much as you want. And down here, it's really the same. There's just like some story beats that take you like to certain places, like you got to go like up here for some stuff, and then like back into the town and stuff, and like all around. But they're relatively like, these are more open areas than everything. Man, I would drop a wall of text on my philosophy of exploration in Pokemon, but the YouTube chat are limited. That this is true. Well, I mean, okay. So wait, so Sim, question, genuine question. I'm going back to Unova real quickly. I want to go back to Unova as an example. I want to go back to, or because these are more genuine questions now. These are more genuine questions. So I'm gonna treat this like Black and White because I know you haven't played Black 2 White 2. So like with Black and White, like the original map, like where you start, right? You start like over here and stuff like that, right? Due to how what I'm about to say applies to like all Pokemon games, right? Like when it comes to like Unova, you still follow a strict set path. Like you don't have that much exploration. You don't have that much free exploration. Like there are some like on some routes, there are some small like deviation paths that would go in a different direction. Like let's say over here, like you go past here, and like over here in this town, there's a little area like, and that's the dream yard, right? So like there's that. Or when you go down over here to the town with the normal type gym, like right before you go over into Castelia City, there's like the little area down here. There's all that. But in terms of exploration, you're still limited to what you have right in front of you. Like it's not like Scarlet and Violet or Breath of the Wild where it's like you can go anywhere all at once. Right? Because because basically what I'm trying to say is that like when it comes to Pokemon routes, like I'll grab Sinnoh, for example. Ugh, this fucking map. No, I'm kidding. Like when it comes to Sinnoh, you still start down here. You can find the same Pokemon you can find down here. Then there's this little town, no deviations. Then there's this town, and then you can explore this just a little bit. You can't go over here, so you go over here, and like you can explore whatever there is in here, and then you go up. Like it does that not? Yes, I agree. I never said you don't go on a linear path with Unova. How the whole third map is literally locked by. No, that's my biggest issue with. Not that my biggest. I think there's a lot of good Pokemon moves locked behind post game, and that annoys me. Anyways, I agree. I never said you don't go, how the whole third game is locked by. I don't think Unova is a good region in terms of exploration. What about Sinnoh for like the case that I'm making? Because the most deviation you get in Sinnoh, I feel like, is either like right before Eterna City up here, because you go, or no, this is Flockacy, my bad. Sorry, because you go into Eterna Forest here, and then there's like the mansion and all that stuff, and then there's the Ironworks, and then there's Eterna City, or it's right here in, I forget what this town is called, where you can go either over here and up, or you can go either down. I don't think you can go over. I think there are some limitations, but like you can explore one of those two ways, but still like it's very limiting. Like, and I think I can't think of any Pokemon game, like the only Pokemon game that I can think of off the top of my head where it has like the most freedom when it comes to like exploring throughout a region for the first time. I think it is Johto, just because you start here and you go up and then you go over here, down. Well, even then, it's still, you're stuck to it. But then, like, once you get over here, you can once you get over here, you can either go down here and do all this stuff first, or you can do this stuff first. Like, that's, like, the most I can kind of think of off the top of my head. Sinnoh is cool because you can keep going back to the mountain. It becomes a reoccurring place that is deadlier the further you get into the game. Sorry. I mean, very minimally. Just, and the only reason why I say that is because when you get to Sinnoh, let me take a swig of my water. What the fuck is this down here? Is this, oh no, that's like the Pal Park shit. I forget. But no, like down here, for a good portion of the game, I'm trying to go through like the game in Sinnoh in my mind real quickly, just to like remember, because the Mount Coronet was like the part of like your discussion, your argument. And like, I'm not the best with Sinnoh, so literally anybody correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to spout bullshit. But don't you? Oh, is this even? Wait, is this still considered Mount Coronet right here? Or is that just another mountain? Is that Mount Coronet right there? Because what I was gonna say is that Mount Coronet doesn't really feel like it progresses in being difficult, because when you're going horizontally through Mount Coronet, so like bam, bam, or sorry, bam, 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 that's I'm like looking at this now, and I'm like, because I was gonna say the worst Mount Coronet gets is when you have to go through here from whatever this town is called. What is it called? I forgot what it's called. And then when I feel like Mount Coronet is it a stretch to say that Mount Coronet is only good when you're climbing up it to fight Dialga or Palkia? Is that a stretch to say? Like, that's when it gets exciting, at least. Because if it's not going up Mount Coronet to fight the legendaries, it feels like you're just going through a regular cave. Or to me, at least. Like when you had to, like right over here, right above this town, like you had to go through this little tiny cave system where you had to like go up a stair and then come right back out here. That cave system felt no different to me than going through Mount Coronet through here and then through here. And then even through here until you started climbing up Mount Coronet. That's just that's just a me thing. I don't know if that's like, I don't know. You go through the mountain maybe 3 times, entering at different routes, and later you get shortcuts to travel between the whole mountain, whereas otherwise you're cut off from each path. Yeah, because then because you do eventually, because yeah, like this is all you're able to do, and then later on you're able to go through there, and then later on you're only able to go through there, or not you're only able to, but these are there any other? Am I crazy? I've been genuinely trying to look for, like, where the fuck is the top of Mount Coronet? Where is it, chat? Where is like the peak of Mount Coronet? I guess I just didn't draw it on the map, which is funny. That's what I've been looking for that the whole time. I mean, or that doesn't matter. That was just my like brain, like, oh, where is it? Artistic liberties, yeah. Take it easy, Douglas. I don't know. I mean, I am a notorious Gen 4 like hater. I am tried and true just a notorious Gen 4 hater. So to me, Mount Coronet just feels like the same block in the road just used over and over again. But in Hoenn, we have a whole bunch of stupid block in the roads. Oh, thank God. I think Hoenn does it. It's okay. It's okay if it just feels that way. I'm just no, yeah. I get you. Yeah. Fully. No, yeah. With Hoenn, see, I feel like you just can't go wrong with Hoenn. Where's Cloud when you need him? Cloud is ready to, like, now that I put up the map of Hoenn, Cloud's gonna come in. Or Cloud loves Gen 3. Like, you go up through here, bang, bang. Then you go through the forest. You can't go all the way down here yet, just because Mr. Briny doesn't have Pico yet. Then you go over here, all throughout here. Then you go in here, and then you get Pico, but you can't go through because you don't have the TM Rock Smash to go up and through to here. So then you got to go back down over here, do the gym. Then you got to go your way up here, all the way up here, to have the hardest like rival battle in the history of Pokemon. Not actually. Then you go to New Mauville. Then you go over here. This is the fire type town, I think. And you go up through here, through this little route. Then there's the new town up here. Go up here, stop the world from ending. Then you go back down through this route. And then you go up here. This gym. Down here, Lily Cove, Mount Pyre, do story, do lore. You surf around and go up there, then you go back. Then you go over to Tate and Liza. Then you go back down into Sutopolis. I mean, I'll sing the praises of Gen 3 whenever I wanna. But I think like Gen 3 did it really, really good. Kanto is also a big circle. Watch me forget how Kanto go. Because you start here. Kanto for a good while. It's just a straight path upward. You can deviate up here if you want. Then you go. Kanto feels like it's very like. It's very like rigid. Like, and like I mean that like it's like if like it's like there it's just straight lines. Like you go up here, down through, up here, down, or it's down here. I'm not 100%. I don't remember how it exactly goes. Down, over, up, then back here, up, up. It's very interesting. Gets is actually a threatening Pokemon. Oh, 100%. I think the harder the battle that the main villains have, the better the like. I think that helps a lot when it comes to the villain. Actually, I lied. There is this place. Well, I mean, even just up, right, down, and that's Kanto. What was it? Johto is. Do I have Johto here still? No. Kanto actually has a lot of freedom in terms of exploration. You'd be surprised at how easy it is to do the middle of the map. And I see, that's why I was like, I'm a little unsure. All I know for hold on. All I know like 100% sure for Kanto is sorry. All I know 100% sure for Kanto is up here. You can do this over here, up, over, down, through here, and then it's kind of like up to you, I think. Like this 100% sure is like the beginning. Or sorry, well, up, over, up, over. But yeah, when you get like, or when you get around like this area, that's when it is very like, huh? That is true, yeah. Isn't it crazy that we haven't even talked about Scarlet? I think the consensus on Scarlet and Violet is pretty much all wrapped up to the same. Like when you hit Lavender Town, you can just go anywhere and it's like, yeah, no, that's very true. I think everybody has the same general consensus on Scarlet and Violet though, that the story is, why am I there? The story is peak. It just, the game lacks from bad compression and pretty meh graphics and lighting. Do we all agree on that front? Yes, Scarlet Violet was great. Sim, we're waiting on you, Sim. It's like my second favorite game. I liked everything about it. And that's an interesting take. What? I was saying that I feel like everybody can agree when it comes to Scarlet and Violet that the story was peak, and the only thing bringing down those games, which unfortunately is the majority of thing of those is like the gameplay, how laggy they are, and how the games look. Basically, the story is so good, but everything else about the game is pretty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, like we can all agree on that. I think the fact that. I think that's something that like should be not taken into consideration. I think that is something. I have no problem with the graphics of the gameplay. I mean, look, to me, I'm just gonna lay it down easy, and I'm sure a lot of you can tell this already from just the conversations we've had back and forth in this stream alone. Look, I'm a very simple guy. If I can play my video game And if I can have fun with it, I'm fine. If I have issues with the story, or if the game shits out on me and I have glitches and stuff like that, then I have a problem. I'm a very easy to please person, but I, in the same realm, do understand that, hey, these games should be a lot better than what they are. I think the exploring is fun in Scarlet and Violet for the first time. Once you know it, you know it. If more of the game was like Area Zero, where you're running around with all the boys and that story is heavy time, I think it would be the best mainline Pokemon game. I would even forgive performance issues. See, that's very interesting to say, because I know a lot of people that are like, that they'll never forgive those performance issues. To me, like, I do not care about the in the slightest about the graphics, but honestly, Scarlet and Violet had better graphics in store. Whoa. Okay, that's a take. That's a take. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that, but that's a take. Wow, I am. Oh. Wrong pipe. Wrong pipe. Wrong pipe, wrong pipe, wrong pipe. Wrong pipe. No, but the Galar games don't look that bad. Like this looks great. This looks great. This looks really, for keeping like the Pokemon for keeping like the sort of like toyish art style mixing in with like realistic graphics. This looks great. What was bad about the Sword and Shield graphics? I think the worst thing when it came to the Sword and Shield graphics was the lighting. I genuinely think if they had a better lighting engine when it came to Scarlet and Violet, I think the lighting would have been like, I think the lighting goes a long way. Do you mean to delete that? No, you're good. Like, let me, like, and it's all visible from, like, the very first trailer, like, Scarlet and Violet trailer. Like, here. Here. I can find it somewhere here. Like, everything is too bright in this game. With, like, the light, like, there's no shadows, but it's very, like... I'm just trying to find the damn main. No, it's not that it's vibrant. This is just in the, yeah, okay, here. So like here, like, look, I know it's a very open area and that there should be a lot of sun, but this is like way too bright. This needs more, like this is, have you been outside? Look at this! Look at this, dude. Come on, man. You can't say anything when that is like this. Like even this is out in the open. That's not as bright. This is like, it's all like, this is almost like flat colors. There's no shading, it looks like. The world in Scarlet and Violet looks like it was made with actual Play-Doh. The landscape looks like blobs and smushed together with terrible textures and colors. So like this is right outside your house. Everything is like super detailed. It's shaded. Like the pathway. Like everything looks like this to this. I'd have to look more at the like actual world of Scarlet and Violet to like agree with Sim. Like I don't know where I stand with that, like with putting it like that personally, but like everything here feels more like, I have a suggestion to understand what I'm talking about. Bet like everything here like this is like blindingly bright. Not blindingly bright, that's a lie. Snowy areas in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are blindingly bright. But this is like, this is just flat colors. This is like very textured, very, look at screenshots of Scarlet Violet, look at screenshots of, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, here we go. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 screenshots. No, I mean, yeah. See, but even with this, I never want Pokemon to look like this. Not saying like I never want it to look like as beautiful as this does. I never want it to look as realistic as this does. Like, this is genuinely, like, this is beautifully made, and like this is beautiful, but this is not what I would ever want Pokemon to look like. If I saw a Pikachu walking around, that feels so like jarring, you know? Do I think this is the worst? No. Well, I feel like you say that only because of what 3D Pokemon has been so far. Okay, well, okay, hold on. Let me like... Look at this. This just, I mean, other than the fact that the models are like horribly like put in, like they're literally T-posing and they're walking around like shit. But I mean, like, this doesn't look right. This is jarring. This doesn't work. Pokemon has never been a series. Pokemon has never been a franchise that needs to rely on realism in order to make its world feel real or believable. The charm of Pokemon always, and I mean always, has come from the fact that this is a fantasy world and it feels like one. Like, I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are the best looking Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch. They perfectly fit the cartoonish and like little vibe that Pokemon does. Pokemon isn't a realistic setting. This is a cartoonish fantasy. See, I don't even like using the word fantasy. Like, this is a very, hold on, let's not get into the battles part. Let's like just walking around. I was like for a split second. There. This is beautiful. Like, this to me is like, because look, I know we're in the 3D era, and you know, with 3D graphics, you know, a lot of games tend to lean more to the realistic side. But I think when it comes to certain games like Zelda, like Pokemon, and stuff like that, or like Mario, I think art style, when it comes to how a game is designed, is still crucially integral to a game, to its identity. Like, and this to me feels like the perfect rendition of 2D into 3D for Pokemon. That's like, if Pokemon continued to make games that looked like this and just like finer tuned like these like graphics, I think I genuinely don't think anybody would complain. The only thing you heard people complaining about when it came to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were the fact that, oh, there's no battling, it's not like a traditional Pokemon game, blah blah blah, stuff like that, right? And those are fair. Like, you know, it's a very different experience. Like, they took out one of, if not the main mechanics when it came to Pokemon. Like, there are two main mechanics that Pokemon always needs. There's battling and there's catching. They took out one of the main ones. And I feel like that's very like, that's a very expectable thing. I like the Legends art style. I think the Legends art style worked perfectly for the game. I do think it could have looked better. I think the fact that it looked kind of like Okami-esque with like the traditional like Japanese painting kind of like illustration kind of thing. I think that was like a great idea. I don't think they fully perfectly executed it. I don't have an issue with it though. Xenoblade 3 is a fantasy game about anime characters sticking it to the man. If you were to take Let's Go models and drop it in a Xenoblade environment, I don't think it would look weird. Really? Oh, let me roll. Okay. Well, I haven't seen what they look like. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 characters. No, that's I have to disagree. This is like, I mean, that's like, oh, what the fuck is the game called? No, I'm not thinking of Fire Emblem. Although that is a good comparison. What the fuck is the new? Hold on, I'm literally going on Steam to find this. Oh shit. Oh, that's just everything? Okay. Where is it? It's where the fuck is it? Am I blind? Where's you? Store page. Whatever. Yeah, go. No, not well, Metaphor. Thank you, God. Metaphor ReFantazio. Like, this is like, it's giving like the way the characters are in the world and how they look. The way their character model. Can I just get one fucking? Like, it's giving like different fuck, I accidentally closed out of the tab. Different art styles 100%, but it's giving like the same kind of, it's more detailed. Pokemon never needed detailed. What's this? Oh, that's just, yeah. Pokemon doesn't need detail in order to be fun. Pokemon can just do shit. Look, I think, if since Pokemon is gonna, from what it looks like, continue to go down the path of like just polishing their realistic graphics, I think we've already pretty much gotten to like a good standpoint. Like, this comparison from Scarlet and Violet to Legend ZA, I mean, I think this is incredible improvement. Like, this looks like years worth of improvement to me personally, at least in Game Freak standards. Amazing improvement. Now, all these games need to do is to just run properly, not lag, doesn't have like 3 frames per second chinglings moving in the background, and we're good. Where is like a ZA trailer? Do I want them to keep going in a realistic direction? No, not really. I think that kind of does take away from the world of Pokemon as a whole. And I think that should not be what their like market is. But this is genuinely the best it's looked. Something about, not this, not that. Something about this one scene though, this sort of fits to me. Isn't for Pokemon Z. No, yeah, no, this looks really good. Also, so sorry, welcome to SBW. I saw you earlier, I apologize. I just realized something and I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but what if you could join each other's worlds in ZA like you could in Scarlet and Violet? It'd be interesting. It'd be very, very interesting. Like, here we go. Actually, this is the perfect example. Let's take a look at Pal World.
All right, I'm gonna explain this to you. Do you see that? You see how it looks like a Pokemon? That's Pal World. That's
Listen, I agree that ZA looks amazing, but personally, I could see them polish things a bit more even. Oh, no, I mean, yeah. Like, I think there's, I mean, like, look, even with what we do have right now with, what was it, this image? Like, I mean, yeah, there's, look, when it comes to Pokemon, there's always going to be stuff that could be polished. Except for this game. Actually, no, even this game. Like, I think, I genuinely, like, with all of my heart believe and feel and, like, hold true to my heart that this is the most perfect Pokemon is ever gonna look. Unless if they continue to do this stuff. This feels so much, this feels so much like Pokemon. What is where was the yeah, no, yeah, like here, what's like this to me is like, this is weird. I mean, a lot of things about Power World feel weird to me. You have this like, this is definitely very like stylized playable character, and then you have this little random creature that is not ergonomically and like physically fitting in with the environment at all. A very detailed environment. It feels very I love that IGN even said the Pokemon like shooter game. What the fuck? I haven't seen this game in a long time. I didn't know this existed. What the fuck is that? Like, I don't know. My mom yearns for the mines. Imagine we get a Pokemon game with the same graphics and art style as Koraidon and Miraidon or Veil Trader. Like when we first saw them? You mean like... Back to the history. Oh shit, no, not here. I yearned for the mines. Is it this one? Like this? See, if they did that, this just feels like a weird movie. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Like this is beautiful. That's very interesting. I'm ready for the Legends Unova game. Well, now, I mean, now that we've seen what Legends ZA is gonna be like, I think any idea that we've had for a Legends Unova game is very different from what they might actually execute. Have you ever played Pixelmon? Oh yeah, I love Pixelmon. I love Cobblemon too. Cobblemon's really fun. I just need Cobblemon to like have more Pokemon in it, and then it's like perfect. Because I think not a big issue, but like, I think something that's like a little iffy when it comes to Cobblemon that not a lot of people take into consideration in the moment, because why would they, is the fact that's like, you know, this is like, oh, you can add in all these like extra add-ons and like plugins to the mod pack that will give you all these extra Pokemon. But what happens when the mod pack naturally updates and then those like the add-on you have taken out? Or would they like integrate the add-ons? I don't know. They're both really fun. Would you stream them? I mean, I have in the past. I've streamed both of them before. Like I wouldn't do like a solo like playthrough stream for those games or for those mod packs. Like if I were to stream those games, if I were to stream me playing them, it'd have to be like a server with like friends and stuff like that. This is so incredibly tangled. I genuinely think that Let's Go games are too saturated. They are the best looking 3D Pokemon games from a technical point, but I personally think they're too cartoonishly stylized. So then do you think that so then do you think Sword and Shield do you think Sword and Shield is a better step in the direction in which like you'd like to see like Pokemon World like this? Like do you think this is like a better like do you think that this is what they should have continued to improve on? Because I can agree with this, and I can agree with Let's Go. Okay, no, yeah, no, you're all good. You're all good. I mean, yeah, it would just have to be like a server kind of thing. And like, here's the thing with like that as well, even on its own, is that I like when it comes to games that where it's like, oh, you can just kind of play them whenever, like, and forever you can pick them up. Sword and Shield is a step in the right direction, but they have their own issues too. But like, if they, like, let's say still to this day, like, let's say like, Scarlet, I fucked it all. Let's say that like, BDSP looked like, let's say that BDSP refined on the Sword and Shield graphics, and then Legends Arceus better refined those previous graphics, and then Scarlet and Violet previously better refined those like if it just continued to get refined down the line, like do you think that would be good? Also, welcome on in, Captain Fox. Like, do you think if this was just refined to all hell, that like that would be good? How's everyone? I'd like to think everything's still all good. If they continue to refine down the line, yeah, maybe. It's hard to say because we don't live in a world that, yeah, no, that's very true. That is very true. Yeah. I wish there was somebody that like polished and like modded Sword, or I don't even know if that's like possible, but if somebody like polished and modded Sword and Shield, oh my God, it's so difficult. Then I would have loved to like look at that. I think ZA is retelling is retelling a story of Legend. I think How do I want to say this? Hold on, sorry. Let me just do something real quick. There we go. What was I gonna say? Let's Go is beautiful for Pokemon? Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no. I mean, I like if they just continue to polish and refine. Let's see. Is somebody? If Sword and Shield characters at Twitter, what was polished? Sword and Shield graphics polished, cleaned up. Like I'm trying to think. I think that might just, I don't think that's. Does Let's Go have more polish than Sword and Shield? More detailed, the realistic graphics doesn't mean they're better. That said, I would like to start a discussion. If Let's Go has partially better looking / polished graphics than Sword and Shield, keeping in mind, of course, that it's undeniable that Gen 8 has far more detailed environments, which one do you personally find more visually pleasing overall is your... which one do you find visually more pleasing overall is your choice? And I'm not here to tell you how your opinion is invalid by any means. Let's start. Overall art style. First, some technical aspects. Source, okay. Sword Shield. Let's Go has a clear advantage here due to the more simpler art style, being able to push for higher resolutions, which is the point of the whole discussion here. Does Sword and Shield more detailed art style really pay off all the aspects? Like, I think that looks really good, all things considered. I genuinely think, all things considered, that looks really good. There we go. This really did just become a Pokemon stream. One of my biggest issues is the constant pink overhue of everything. Is there a pink overhue on everything? I've seen, like, I mean, it's not the same, it's for an anime, but hold on. Here we go.
Inform you of what the entire anime community on Twitter has been yelling about for the past week. Sailor Moon's
Take it
colors.
easy, Captain. Thanks for dropping on it.
Very long story short, Sailor Moon's home release colors have been messed up for a while now, due to the same film aging issues that plague many of the other anime of the era, like Dragon Ball Z that I've spoken on extensively. But for some reason, when a recent fan project took to restoring the series to its original colors, a huge chunk of the internet decided that that was evil and wrong, that they loved the super pink hues of Sailor Moon, that was what made the series. Except, okay, here's the problem. The original TV airings and DVD releases of Sailor Moon had the original true colors. These pink tones only came relatively recently with more modern releases. And for those of you wondering, no, the pinkness is absolutely 100% not the intended colors. There's about 3 bajillion animation cells you can find online and around the world to let you know just that. Let me inform you of
Like, I never realized that it had like I'm assuming like that sort of similar, like, I never realized that it had, like, if you look at things that are supposed to be gray, they look pink for whatever. Hold on, let me see, Galar Mines. I think the Galar Mines is like a great example of, it's very shitty quality. I mean, this down here looks a lot more red, then it does darker. Like this stuff down here. This is like, Like the screenshot on the town you had up, you could see the gray rims on the houses look pink. Oh shit. This one? Yeah. Yeah, no, I can, yeah. Oh, the brick town. Oh. Oh, here. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah. Yeah, I see that. I never realized that. Yeah, there's definitely like a more pink undertone in it than anything else. Really went on the character models too. This screenshot doesn't help that they're like wearing like almost all black. I looked at Hop's mouth once and his teeth were pink. Really? Never mind. Yeah. They're good here, but it's literally, yeah, no, that's literally pink right there. They're good. They're white there, but that's, yeah. This is the best example. This controversial rival deserves way more respect. Oh, who wrote this? A good person living in another shadow. Thank you. Thank you. I still don't understand how many people, this is something else entirely. I don't understand how many people are still so stuck on the concept of a dickhead rival. I really do not understand how people are so still stuck on that. Like, we haven't had it for so fucking long. You've been missing this for like I'm more so just like, how is this still, like, not that people shouldn't want it, more so just like, how is it still to this day a surprise? I mean, I'll go on the Hop defense anytime I want, but I'm just like, how is this still a surprise that this is like not a new, like it doesn't come back? Like, we haven't had a fresh take on a dickhead rival, like a real one, since like the 1990s, guys. Why are we surprised that even still into like this day, we still don't have a proper one? The best rivals have gotten is when they have a character arc. So, for example, we have rivals like Sharon and Bianca. We have rivals like Hugh, N. We have rivals like, I don't even, well, see, they're not really I don't even like the word rival anymore. Like, the word rival hasn't been accurate in the fucking like 20 years. I think Pokemon fans are so unbelievably outdated on that concept. Do you guys agree with me on that? I think the concept of rivals is so outdated, and for some reason, the community just has not like picked up on the fact that like, okay, yeah, they're never gonna be like how they used to be. Like, we can get close with characters like Bede and Gladian. We can get somewhat close with those two, where they're like just straight up not nice and they're kind of dicks. But we're never getting a Silver, which, by the way, I do not understand the love for Silver. I don't. He is the same character that you meet and encounter from the beginning of the game. He does not change at all throughout any of those games. I don't know if that's a hot take. Silver is the same character from start to end. And you want to know what would have been an amazing way to change that? I hate that I keep doing that. Let's take a look at his team. Okay, well. He has a Zubat and a Ghastly. Evolves into Crobat, evolves into Haunter. Really? What? Wait, what? Mount Moon. Wait, hold on. I think you're misremembering Silver. Well, partially, somewhat. Well, I just haven't done a lot of this shit under... Well, okay. Silver's growth is immaculate. That last fight you have before the E4 and him acknowledging you and your bond with your team is peak growth. He says that shit? Wow. Bitch, I clicked on quotes. What the fuck? Hold it. Are you going to take the Pokemon League? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. I'm not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. I couldn't win. I gave it all. What you possess, what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that jargon is. Okay. I have given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm going to find why I can't become stronger. And when I do, I will challenge you and beat you down with my... Okay, never mind. Take it back. I take it back. You know what? That's on me for not doing the post game. Because my point was going to be that he never evolved his Golbat into Crobat because he never became an actual good fucking human being and had actually friendship with his Pokemon. Which, from where I stood, was correct. Because before Victory Road, never evolved his Golbat, was still a dick human being. And then he didn't have anybody to evolve his Haunter or Kadabra with. But I never did the post-game properly, so. There was me speaking out of my ass. Prototype. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh, thanks. That's a great. Okay.
This is the ugliest this motherfucker has ever looked. Yuck. Surprised Chikorita won the vote, that's what I'm saying. I stand firmly corrected with Silver. Is it fair to say that... Is it fair to say that Kanto is post-game when it came to Gold and Silver? Is that a fair statement to say? Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Silver, Gold, Crystal. Like, that's the post-game, right? Yeah, this is the post-game? Okay. That's where my issue lies. My issue lies in the fact that it took for post-game to really show the efforts of him actually changing. That's where my issue lies with it. Yeah. Because he has that little, because he has like that crack right at the end when you beat him at Victory Road, where he's like, or you know, where he's, oh, what did he say? It was a good line. What did he say? What you possess and what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that drag. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm gonna find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you and beat you down. I just want to say that Silver's you keep at it until then is so good. He wants to be the strongest, but wait, keep at it until the end. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna Control F. Or I'm gonna. You keep at it until okay, there you go. Yeah, there it is. You keep at it until then. Yeah, no, that's good. See, I'm learning about this now. However, I wish that didn't take till the end of the base game. I wish that didn't take to the end of the base game. And I really wish that his Pokemon evolving, primarily the Friendship Evolution one, didn't take until post game. Granted, like I said, I know I'm not like I'm the minority when it comes to playing video games. I started the post game for Crystal, and I started doing the gyms throughout Kanto. I really just didn't care, honestly, because it was just from how the game laid it up to be, it was just kind of oh, you know, you can go do these if you want. I didn't know that Silver would even show up in it. So that's on me. Wow, I wonder how many other people didn't know that. And that quote was on me for not reading properly. That's fun, but the whole point of his story is Pokemon will evolve through friendship until he starts to learn the importance of his bonds. Right, no, yeah. I just wish that came earlier than post-game. I mean, this is just me. I think a great place to have started he changes his opinion on you and starts to change as a person. The Switch 2 event is on the horizon. I think the perfect place, I think a way better place to put that for Silver would be after you take out Team Rocket with Lance. Because, I mean, look, he can be a bunch of an obnoxious
douchebag as he wants, he cannot deny the fact that, wow, the champion of these two regions is working with this asshole that I hate. I clearly must be doing something fucking wrong. I wish it was then and not after that point and then after you beat him again. I think that just would have worked nicely. I don't know. How you doing today, Shems? Hopefully good. I mean, that's just me. I look fucking 20 something years too late, Egan, but whatever. I'm not like dying over it, you know. I'm a tired. You're a tired. Dude, I can't believe that they fucking or it was like leaked that Persona 4 remake is coming. So many clients at work today. What's your tax season? Wait, what's your workplace? Or you can DM me if you don't want to like say. I need to stop typing so much. I have space trucking to do. Are you sure though? You've been probably one of the most fun people to have these. See, I don't like to say the word argument just because like to me an argument is like like that's an argument. I'd like to say this is like a debate, for lack of better words. And a debate does not need to be like an aggressive sort of thing. I mean, an argument is an argument. It doesn't have to be heated or malicious. An exchange of diverging or opposite views, typically a heated or angry one. Your move, Sim. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that's a good... I love that perspective, that it doesn't need to be heated or malicious. I love that perspective. Not the let me look this up in the dictionary. Look, I just wanted to make sure that I had it right. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like... An argument can just be a defense or something. So wait, then what's a discussion? An action or process of talking about something in order to reach a decision or to exchange it. Okay, so no, I am using the... Or I guess I'm using discussion wrong. Or am I? Hold on. And the action or process of talking about something in order to reach a decision or exchange ideas. No, I think I am. Yeah, no, I think I'm. I guess. See, this doesn't. I just wish there wasn't. I wish there wasn't like a negative connotation naturally applied to it. Ideas have been exchanged. True. True, but what we did, debate? Wait, oh, what am I saying? Debate. Yeah, we fucking... A formal discussion on a particular topic at a public meeting or legislative, and argue about a subject especially in a formal manner. Discussion, exchange of views, discourse. See, the synonyms for these are like really helping, like discussion, exchange of views, discourse, conversion, talk, dialogue, discourse, quarrel, disagreement, squabble, fight, like. You have been a very, I would like to think, I don't think I changed your mind on anything. I think I might have just squabble. I think I might have just given another different look or perspective with some stuff. And you have to me as well. And that's ultimately, like, that's the end goal. Like, whenever a conversation or discussion, argument debate when any of these come up, I don't want it to be just like I never want it to be just like a I'm right, you're wrong kind of thing for anybody on either side. I always want it to be like taking it both sides. Like, you single-handedly changed my mind on Silver. I don't love him now, but I'm definitely holding him up to a higher like level than I was before this stream. You know? I still do think the Scarlet and Violet map isn't as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Yeah, no, the talks have been fun. It's been a great time. I'm happy you've had a good time. I'm genuinely happy you've had a good time. Cause like I get afraid that sometimes, cause if it's not obvious enough, I love to discuss like this. I love to argument. I love to debate. I love this stuff. Like I live for this stuff because ultimately, because like I don't do it just for the sake of like I want to pick a fight with somebody or like I have a different opinion and I want to let it be known. I do it because I want to further understand or possibly even develop a new opinion on something that I either know really well or something I don't know as well. I'll fight you on the Galar map all day, any day. This guy. If it wasn't for Mewtwo, then Silver would be the Shadow the Hedgehog of the Pokemon series. I don't know about... Okay, I can't deny that that's like the same kind of thing, but Maria. I promise. I also like to understand your guys' perspectives and stuff like that. Like when you explained to me, like, because when I was like, you still, like with the maps of Pokemon regions, like you still follow what is given to you. Like you can't just go out wherever, you know? And you still like explain that to me. I think you have a real, you said it yourself. You said like, I would love to give a full explanation on or how'd you say it? You said, man, I would drop a wall of text on my philosophy of exploration in a Pokemon, but YouTube chat doesn't. Chat to chatter messages are limited in character count. Like you said, like I really, really wish that they weren't limited in character count. I would have loved to have heard what. Like I would have loved to have like heard like that. Mewtwo is literally the shadow. I love Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo's a great character. I got a new fidget spinner, basically. The Pokemon debates have calmed down. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have left the Pokemon conversation. I should have just made this a Pokemon, like, talking stream. Well, not I should have, but I didn't know that it was gonna eventually just become that. Hey! Let's fucking go! Woohoo! That's what Ladies and gentlemen, my propaganda wins for one more day. Welcome in, Kudoshiro. And I cannot. Maybe we can still talk about it sometime with our mouths. I'd love to. I mean, look, hey, not to make it like, I mean, it's not a podcast, but the way I'm gonna say it makes it sound like it. If you ever want to come on and lay it out for the audience, you're always welcome. I don't even think I have you on. Do I have you on Discord? What Discord server are you in that I'd be in? Here, hold on. Let me find you. I don't even. Yeah. There you are. Or do I have you added? Add friend. There we go. With our mouths. Oh, I'm gonna come on, all right? And the audience will be laid in front of it, I think. Huh? That'll be a good, because like I'm a very easy to please person. I'm not very picky. If something is fun to me, then it's fun to me. And that's like all I really need for like all I need to be like But how does this discussion promote the new Rent a Girlfriend season 4 coming this summer? That you see, you're asking the real question right now, Mafi. That is the real question. And ultimately, you know, that's what we're going to get into right now since we've left the Pokemon domain. See, the thing with season 4 of Rent a Girlfriend is that this is when Kazuya starts to really come into his own. No, I'm not doing this. You can save that for your channel. I'm not fucking making this video for you. I feel like 3 was when he did. No, yeah, you're right. What the fuck is gonna happen? Oh no, season 4 is gonna regress. People are gonna hate season 4. Yikes. Oh boy. Fairy Tail versus Eden Zero. Which one do you prefer? Better not be boring, Chizuru. I've never watched Rent, and I don't think I will. If you want something that's just like, it's like stupid entertainment, I think it's really good. I think it does a really good job at that. If you go into it wanting like stupid, and with Eric, if you go into it with like, stupid expectations, like stupid, all that shit, then I think it's enjoyable for the fact that it's like just so ridiculous. It's fun. Eden Zero versus Fairy Tail. I think I do go with Fairy Tail all around. Is there anything I'd take over Eden Zero then in comparison to Fairy Tail? Oh, 100 Girlfriends is fun. See, the thing with like the thing that 100 Girlfriends showed me or introduced me to or just kind of taught me is how refreshing a nice main character is. Like a main character that like isn't a dickhead, isn't like, doesn't have flaws. Like, see, it sounds I feel like I'm just, 100%. I mean, well, what anime do you like, Sim? Or what shows do you like? I don't know how big you are into anime. I'm only assuming just because of the whole VTuber model and like the style of it and all that stuff. But like, so many anime have like flawed main characters. Like the Rent a Girlfriend character. Like the Okay, I want to say this properly, so I'm gonna give me a second to like think about how I want to say this. Okay, so there are characters within anime and manga that have obvious flaws that over the course of the series, you know, get patched up and get worked on over time. Characters such as the main character from Rent a Girlfriend, Kazuya. Characters like Bakugo. Characters like... I'll just stick with those two for right now. And that typically tends to be the main character arc that a lot of characters fall under, primarily main characters, where it's like, oh, there's a flaw about that, or not even main characters. I won't start with that. Where like a lot of characters have this like negative flaw about them that over the course of the series does eventually get improved on. And yeah, like that's a good way to do like a character arc for a character. But when I sat down and watched 100 Girlfriends, that really, 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 really love you. And I saw the main character. I was like legitimately, this is such a breath of fresh air. The main character is such an unbelievably nice person, and it's so refreshing to see. The main character is literally the sweetest guy ever, and it's so refreshing to see, instead of watching a main character be like, oh, I have flaws, but I'm gonna overcome them. Like, not that I don't like that character arc for characters, but I think there's still a way to introduce a character that isn't like a piece of shit or anything like that, but can still progress. Like the main character of Dandadan, or one of the male main character of Dandadan, Okarun. Okarun is such a sweet guy, and he's so like, there are very, very, very little flaws with him. No, actually, no. There, like, I struggle to even confidently say that there are like flaws with him. The only but his character progression isn't with becoming a better person. It's just becoming stronger, so that he can protect the person that he likes, and further becoming like adept with his newfound set of powers and stuff like that. I think of 100 Girlfriends as if Tanjiro from Demon Slayer was in a rom-com. Yes. Yeah, it's like Tanjiro in a different font. But or actually, I don't know. It's the same kind of like, this is a good person, but it's not the same character. They are both good people. Stop it. I don't have time to talk about this because I'll get into another deep discussion that I want to be a part of. Well, I mean, hey, if you ever see me do another one of these streams where I'm sitting down and we're just talking about whatever, and we don't get sidetracked with Pokemon, we can have that discussion. Usopp, except his doesn't really go away. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I think Luffy is like that. Luffy doesn't really have any negative traits. Who picked Chikorita instead of Totodile? Totodile is a fun little Pokemon. There are a lot of people that picked Chikorita instead of Totodile. That picked Chikorita instead of Totodile. I'm a Dandadan and Chainsaw Man girly. I'm a Dandadan and Chainsaw Man boyo. Rent a Girlfriend is my main watch. I know Luna's a big fan of 100 Girlfriends. I mean, she just loves the main character, rightfully so. I like, literally, that main character is what kind of kept me watching 100 Girlfriends. Other than the fact that it's so silly and it's like so over the top and all that shit, that main character was genuinely so refreshing to the point where I was like, yeah, I kind of love watching him just be a good person. I love watching people be nice people. I love watching people be a good person. I hate seeing dickheads. I don't like dickheads. Which is also why I'm not really a fan of like gold or silver or blue. If I'm gonna be pushed to become better, I don't want to do it by somebody telling me you fucking suck. I would want to do it with like the support and help of my friends. Yukon reminds me of the reminds me to make coffee. Well, good, because you're gonna go live soon here. I'm running play. So wait, sorry, Kuroshiro, since you're still here, I want to ask, what about if you like Rosario Vampire, did you ever check out another manga called Nejima? Why did that get removed? Let me see. I don't know if you deleted that or somebody else deleted that, or I don't know what the situation was, or if you, I don't know. If you want, you can just type the sentence again. If you like Rosario Vampire, have you ever checked out a series called Nejima? It's a great action discussed as a harem manga according to Mother's Basement. That's a fucking blast from the, oh, okay, you weren't finished typing. According to Mother's Basement. I have not heard of Nejima, but let me see. What's like, where's the My Anime list? Let's see. Wizard Neji Springfield. Maybe a boy, but he has a man-sized job to do. Fresh from the Academy of Magic, Neji. Is it Negi? Nejima goes through such a transformation. I mean, if it's anything like Rosario Vampire, I might genuinely I might enjoy it. Neji continues his training as the instructor at Mahora Academy in Japan, but he can get his master's in magic. The 31 schoolgirls of class 3A are going to keep him up cramming all. Okay, that's... I read it last year and it was actually really good. Once you get past the first arc, it reminds me of Rosario. Really interesting. Let me see something. Hold on. $335 chapters. God damn. Damn, it's big. It's long. Who has this? Kodansha has this. The art style is pretty cute. I won't lie. I love that all the chapters are called like period, like period 1. It's not a harem, but it's like the same author as Love Hina, so he was forced to start off as a harem before. Yeah, no, I getcha. It like starts off with being this harem rom-com magic stuff, but then they go into the magic world. Dude goes bonkers, and it looks pretty good. Yeah. See that? I love that you two just kind of went like you two said the same thing, right? Like that's like that just shows like you guys understand what this is. I love that. I mean, that legitimately is kind of like what Rosario Vampire is. So, I mean, if you guys like Nejima, I mean, you know, link is what? I mean, you know, if you guys like, you know, the video, or if you guys like Nejima, then video, you know, the video's right there. I'll read it. I need closure on Rosario. Yeah. Closure might be the biggest thing everybody needs for that series. That's a very interesting ending. This video, I will say, has like the weirdest climb I've ever seen. The likes and comments are almost matched. 23 likes, 24 comments. And the views will go up like boop, 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 like in a day, then like next 2 days like nothing, and then the video will boop, boop, boop. It's so weird. Just recommend Rosario Vampire without realizing my friend meant the manga, not the anime. Yeah. I actually got a really good in-depth comment. This guy, I mean, it was a little bit of like, well, actually, but I can't even get mad at it. Correction, the first 2 episodes of Capo 2 mirrored the 3rd chapter. Very astute to be somewhat specific. Episode 3 was a loose adaptation of chapter 35. Episode 4 was total double butchering of 2 manga arcs. Hospital mini arc from season 1 and the Goro Drops mini arc from season 2. Episode 7 is surprisingly competent at adapting chapter 39. Episode 9 is a bunch of butchering that horrible thing that they did to Mizure in season 2, all that good stuff. Like they went in and gave me like a proper like, oh no, like this is here, this is here, this is here. I was like, wow. Now I'm like, I want to watch it again and be like, wow, yeah, no, I see it. I will say though, I have no fucking clue what video I like should do or want to make next. I should do is the wrong word. Yeah, I literally have no idea what kind of like video I want to make next. Like, I could do another opening ranking video. I have no plan or nothing in mind for like another scripted video, like most underrated mangaka, my problems with Jujutsu Kaisen, not Goodbye My Hero, best artist in Weekly Shonen Jump, how to remake Black. Like I have nothing in mind for like another one of those, which I would like to make. I would like, it's just literally waiting on like a passion topic to come up and to be like, I'm just like, I'll just spend like a month just like writing this. But even then, like if that doesn't happen, have you ever watched / read Yu Yu Hakusho? I finished the Dark World tournament and then I stopped. I want to pick it up again someday. I just need to get to that. What I meant when I said it's a genuinely great manga recommendation video. I think you should make more of them and more often. If you made that your thing, I think you would blow up. I like to have some like, not series, but like some similar things that I do. So like, you know, reaction videos will be a thing and they'll be like very limited to like what I do. Right? Like I like ZA reaction trailer, Switch 2 reaction, ZA initial thing, Scott Pilgrim live reaction, and One Piece live reaction. I really would like to react to more shows. Like I was thinking about eventually just kind of sitting down and recording my reaction to Invincible. That's been piquing my interest a little bit lately, and I thought that might be good. That might be good entertainment. But also, you know, I do have other things, like I do like tier list videos, like one right here, one right here. They didn't really typically do well. Like every Naruto opening didn't really do that well. Every One Piece opening didn't really do that well. Ranking opening or the endings for Shippuden didn't really do that. I mean, it did well, but then Persona openings did fucking amazing. Just make a second channel that's just a react channel. I don't. Not that it's not that it's a bad idea. I'm just like managing this channel alone. Sometimes I feel like it's a couple of things. Like sometimes managing this channel, I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing enough for it, even though I've already made 6 videos within the span of this year and we've only been 3 months in. Actually, I don't even think that's a good statistic, whatever. I haven't done any shorts. I've barely done like any shorts for this year so far. I'm sort of just kind of picking it up again with live streams. Like we've done this one, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna count these 2 as 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th. Like we've been doing these more recently, and that's content, but I primarily like to focus on video. The other thing is that like I am making income from this YouTube account, and to try and not start over again, but to start over again would kind of feel like I've already like the climb to monetization on YouTube was such a delightful journey that I genuinely enjoyed. I don't necessarily feel the need to do it again with another channel. I understand like why it is a good idea, but I don't think I'm there yet to be at that point where I'm like, all right, a second channel is needed. but I do have like I have like I mean I have some playlists of like some things like manga recommendations. There are 2 of those. Tier lists. There are 2 of those. Live reactions. There are 5 of the. Or sorry, manga recommendations. There are 2 of those. Tier lists. There are 4 of those. Live reactions. There are 5 of those. Like I want to get to a point where like somebody finds my channel, whether it be for a manga recommendation, a tier list video, a live reaction video, or maybe like maybe it's not even any one of those. Maybe somebody stumbles upon like, I don't know, like my thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima. Like maybe somebody stumbles upon that and they're like, I just kind of like how this guy does stuff. And then they like if they fall into any of the other things that I've done, they have more stuff to follow up on as well. Like they can watch my live reaction to this, to this, to that, to that. Or like for tier lists, it's like I can do that, or they can watch that, or they can watch that, or that, and stuff like that. To me, like I see these quote series in 2 different lights. I see them as this is something that I genuinely want to do, no matter how well they do in terms of views and stuff like that. So like, I mean, like the tier list videos haven't really performed the best. Like, you know, 338 views, 138, 278, but this 1,300, you know, that did good, right? So like if they do good, then they do good, but if they don't, then you know, it's not the end of the world. And then if people like this, they can go on through. I don't know. Yeah. Stay in your lane, PokeTuber. All right. And that's pretty much how I started watching you. What video did you get started? Actually, to anybody here who isn't like a streaming friend first, like Shams, Mafi, and Sim, like what, like you Kuroshiro and you SBW, what was your first Seeking Media video? I do want to make more manga. After I made that one, I was like, damn, what manga do I do now? Because I'd preferably like to recommend stuff that is like, I don't want to go ahead and recommend like, oh, you should read Jujutsu Kaisen and here's why, you know, like everybody fucking knows Jujutsu Kaisen. You hear a Mashima video that I watched like 75% of your channel. What was like your next favorite video of mine that you watched? Yeah, like I'm trying to think. Like Gravemaster and Rosario Vampire are like the first 2 big ones. I was like, yeah, I want to do this. I wanted to do the My Hero Academia Vigilantes manga as a recommendation, but I've just, I mean, unfortunately, I've missed the ball. I've missed the opportunity to do that one properly, purely because of the fact that if we look at what's coming out like soon, like upcoming, here's the first season for My Hero Academia Vigilantes coming out April 7th. Like, there's no point in me recommending a video or me recommending a manga for a series that's about to start being animated, you know? And fun fact, the Rosario Vampire manga recommendation was originally supposed to be My Hero Academia Vigilantes. The next one I do, I'm not sure. I think it was either my problem with JJK or the most underrated mangaka. I mean, I think both of them are good videos. I think I'm still so stupid. I'm a little upset that it'll never continue or go anywhere, but the newest member of the 1000 view club, first at the pilot episode for the Pokemon Adventures manga dub, still so proud of everything that was and what it came to and how it did. So proud of that still. I think, I mean, yeah, maybe Negima is the next manga recommendation video. I don't know. Actually, I may have an idea as to what it can be. I'd probably sit down and go through the series again just to make sure, though. It might end up being, where is it? I like the Fully Complete video too. I'm glad. I love that video. The next one might be. Yeah, no, I didn't skip it. Where are you? It might be D Gray Man. I don't know how many people know about this series, but it's really good. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah. A buddy of mine put me on it, and I really ended up liking the series. I watched the anime, but now I'm like, I kind of want to go through the manga just because, I mean, like, this art style progression is absolutely gorgeous as well. It's something that I keep up to. Yeah, I keep up to date with. Only watching anime, never read the manga, to be honest. I mean, I have an art book for it right here, and it's just so gorgeous. Like, where's one of the... Well, I mean, this is still like a relatively older illustration, but I know what I'm looking for. I mean, just come on, dude. I know it's a little hard to see just because of the folds in the page, but like the colors on that are so pretty. Where's the Lena Lee one? There it is. This is still like one of my favorite illustrations that they've like made. People keep talking about that one, but I don't know what it is. Can you tell me? In video format, roughly 14 to 20 minutes long. Thanks. I'm expecting it by next week. Ah! Oh my god. What a riot. Or I mean, honestly, I mean, realistic. I could recommend Eden Zero. I could recommend Eden Zero. Everybody knows, I really do, like, I don't want to do stuff that's like, unless if there is a definitive reason to read the manga instead of like watching the anime, like Rosario Vamp. Like, even if I wasn't that big of a fan of Rosario Vampire, like the difference in like the anime and the manga is crazy. Have you read Hitman? I have not. My favorite JRPG is Legend of Heroes. Comparing writing to One Piece and how depth and nuance is. I have never heard of that, actually. Oh, you want to know? I don't know if anybody has heard this series or knows this series, but it's piqued my interest a lot, and I mean a lot. Do not watch Negima anime. It has the same. Oh, great. Yeah, no. No, but you want to know what series like I've like has like kind of like been right over my shoulder in the background that's like maybe I'll pick it up, maybe something, maybe just always, it's always been a maybe. Shaman King, that looks interesting, and I don't know if I'd like it, but I keep seeing like the omnibus volumes in stores, and I'm like, I mean, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time I take a look at Shaman. Let There Be Light, brother. Another one I've only watched the OG anime, to be honest. What other series are there like on Viz actually? I've heard that this one was really good, but it got canceled. Have you guys heard of this small series called JoJo's? Do you like romance character drama manga? Can you give me some examples of romance character drama manga before I give an answer to that? Because I just want to make sure what we're like I want to make sure we're on the same like line of understanding for like what I'm thinking. Actually, you know what could very well become the next recommendation, depending on how much I like it? The Yu-Gi-Oh manga. The Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I think, because everybody knows the anime, right? You know, it's time to do. Like, everybody knows that, but there's rest in peace. Rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi. Rest in peace, Kazuki Takahashi, the fucking legend. Back when I used Twitter. No, when the news came out that the author for Yu-Gi-Oh had passed away. Yeah, I know I'm not verified, you fuck. I'm not giving you my money. When the news came out that the author of Yu-Gi-Oh passed away, or, you know, I said like, you know, my like, just my everything to the author. Or I mean, I said what I could. I genuinely said what I could have. Man, this was a time ago. Oh, here we go. This is what... Oh, you can't fucking see it because of my camera. Okay, whatever. Here. I wrote... This was a post about D. Gray Man. And I wrote, I just got caught up with D. Gray Man, and I won't lie, it took a while for me to get interested, but once it gets going, holy shit, does it just not stop. The characters are amazing, and top 3 gotta go. Link Howard, Noise Marie, Lena Lely. Where are you, dude? Wow, look at the art that I've... Shut the fuck up. Dude, when did this... Can't talk about... When did he unfortunately pass away? Okay, this is way back. What the fuck? How did I miss this? Your line, April, toward... You know what's fucked up? Is that you literally named every single... I have seen all of those. Yes. To answer your question, I guess so. Fuck. Where the fuck is this, though? Seriously. They call it the Forest of Death, and soon enough you're gonna find out why. That's such a... Hold on, I cannot. Hold on. They call it the Forest of Death.
It should. They call it the Forest of Death. And soon enough, you're gonna find out why.
They call it the Forest of Death. And soon enough, you're gonna find out why.
It's so fucking... That's... Oh my god. It's so fucking good. Dub naysayers miss out on that shit. Oh, it's so good. Where the fuck is it? Look at this. Tried and true shonen loser. I'm kidding. Episode 5, deep into Pluto, thriller mystery from the... Yeah. Dude, I have Monster. And that's from the author of Pluto as well. Cool because it's really underrated manga that I was interested in because of the trailer. The anime isn't the best, but the manga legit made me cry and has similar themes. What's the name of it? Okay, I'm seriously like losing my mind. Where the hell? Look, I've been saying it from day one. Damn it, never mind. Blair Keeney spotted it. Where was it? Wait, yeah, right here. This was such a long shiny butt. This was such like a long process to make. Like I spent so much time on everything here, the colors, the shading, the background. Oh my god. I love how that one came out. Just try not to judge it by the title because they definitely did. I mean, title. Where the hell is this though? I'm losing my mind. I want to see what the hell I wrote. Senpai wa oto. What does it mean? Oh, senpai is an otokonoko. I'll keep it like here. Like I'll keep it like tabbed and shit. Like I'll keep it in mind. Eating an instant cup noodle? Fuck yeah, dude. Seriously, okay. When did Kazuki Takahashi? Oh, am I stupid? Was it on my Instagram? 2022. Oh, it might have been on my Instagram. Shit. I may have been looking in the wrong fucking spot. Good job, Egan. Archive, July. Oh, fucking here we go. Back down to 2022. Oh, fuck, dude. I'm still upset about Naruto. Wait, really? Could you elaborate? Or I'm curious. There it is. Okay. So I wrote shoot, I just wanted to turn it down a little bit. I wrote, while I've never gotten into Yu-Gi-Oh or even know anything about it, it would be rude to ignore the impact it had on millions upon millions of people's lives. May his legacy be continued through the community and fans and loved ones. Rip Kazuki Takahashi. And it was the, hold on, I wonder if I can find this. Here it is. It's this panel right here. Like, this is one of the hardest fucking panels ever. Like, holy shit, that goes so hard. Oh my god! Like, this panel from the like, this alone, like, look, I don't care about, like, oh, it's just so raw, the aura. I don't care about that shit. This is fuck. It's not even just aura. This just screams respect, dude. This just screams respect. Everything with Kaguya. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I liked how the series ended. Like, I loved the final fight with Naruto and Sasuke. I loved, like, eventually what came of Naruto. Boruto is definitely a hit or miss, and I'm not a fan of, not really the biggest fan of Kaguya and her just like introduction with everything like that. Yeah, no, I get that, man. I like Bleach's power system way more than Dragon Ball's. Bleach's power system was way more like confined. It wasn't like loose like how Dragon Ball's is. However, I do think Dragon Ball and Bleach are two different series in terms of comparison, because Dragon Ball started as more of like a comedy thing of the week kind of, not a thing of the week. I don't know why I said that. Dragon Ball started as more of like definitely as a comedy, and then it slowly became the battle action shonen that we all know it as. Like, there were always elements of like fighting, but it was very much so like jokey, haha, funny stuff. It was more so about the journey. When Naruto stopped being about countering ninja techniques with other techniques, And more Dragon Ball Z battles, I dropped it. Ah, wait, so like how far in was that? I mean, I can get that. I was when the final fight was peak. I'm still reading Boruto. I just wish that Kaguya was a separate movie. Yeah, honestly, like that would have been really nice. I finished Naruto. I thought it was alright. No, I mean, like, I think, like, I know like Kaguya is a big turnoff. To like, I'm not the biggest fan of Kaguya and all that stuff, but to me, like, it didn't ruin Naruto for me and stuff like that. Also, to further just show what I'm talking about like Dragon Ball and stuff like that, like here it is. This does not scream at all like, oh, this is a battle action shonen and stuff like that. I mean, like, I see this and I'm like, this is a fun little journey, fun adventure, funny ha-has, like, yeah. And that's what Dragon Ball was. I will say when it came to Naruto, there was a certain point where I was like, well, I mean, he kind of got what he wanted from the get-go. He just wanted to be respected by he wanted to have respect and he wanted to stop being, like, you know, hated. And Naruto from day one wanted to become the Hokage because he was looked down upon, he was disrespected, he was treated like trash and stuff like that, and he wanted to change that. And by the end of the Pain arc, he had achieved that. And I remember specifically watching Naruto, like, after the Pain arc, like, you know, when he comes back from the big fight and then the whole village is like throwing him up in the air. It's like, yeah, celebrating. I'm like, he got what he wanted. But he's not the Hokage yet. I'm fine with Kaguya and her clan and everything. It's a cool concept. No, yeah, same. I do wish Madara was the final villain just because, like, yeah. Madara was built up for so goddamn long. You think of Kaguya-sama Love is War, Kiram, I believe. Or I'm only assuming. I don't know of any other series that has, like, Kaguya in the title. I really do like Bleach, though. It really depends on, like, the day of the week or the day for me, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I like Bleach more than Naruto, and then I like Naruto more than Bleach. For me, they're, like, tied. Kaguya-sama Love, yeah, Kaguya-sama Love is War. Man, we can go for 3 hours. Pure talking. I'm surprised. You know, I will say this. The chatting with chat streams, or the chill out and chat streams, they have been so much more interactive and just overall, like, a good time than they ever were on Twitch. I always assumed Naruto wanted to become Hokage because of the respect people have for the Hokage, not because he wanted it. Not because he wanted the position himself. Oh, no, yeah. No, and you're right. Yeah, like, when Naruto was a kid, all he wanted was to become the Hokage because people respect the Hokage. People love the Hokage. People look up to the Hokage. And that is the exact opposite of what he was given in life. He was looked down upon. He wasn't respected and he wasn't loved. He just wanted everything that he didn't have. And the Hokage was, like, the highest point of all of that. Yeah. The anime about a guy who could switch bodies with kitchen with somebody. 7 witches. It sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure. Yamada and the 7 witches? Is that what that's about? But no, yeah, I mean, the Yu-Gi-Oh manga could be next. It just depends on how hooked on it I get. Yeah, Anime Tell, yeah. The Yu-Gi-Oh manga genuinely could be next for recommendation. It just depends on how hooked I get. Plus, it would be cool to get into Yu-Gi-Oh in general. I tried to get in it. I mean, I think I might continue with it someday. I wasn't Nisekoi. I liked it at parts, and I was kind of like actively rooting for one girl more than the other. I think the art is super pretty, and I love how it looks. I don't know. The fuck is this? Ew, no. The Yu-Gi-Oh manga goes hard. See, that's good to know. Is the Yu-Gi-Oh manga hard to collect? I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to genuinely I've never seen it. Okay, I've seen it like very few times in bookstores. And if I ever do, it's these new like omnibus editions where it's like 3-in-1s and not like, you know, the whole like one per volume. Like if I go back down here. Like it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I think volume 3 is the cover of. Yeah, volume 3 is the cover of like the 3-in-1. So like that's kind of what it's. But yeah, I don't know. That is something that I'd have to genuinely kind of just do. See, like this is the thing with like a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh. With the Yu-Gi-Oh, what? This is the thing with like a lot of this, like these manga recommendations. It's like I have to actively know, because like it's not just me being like, hey, you should read this manga. Here's why. I also would love to be like, hey, you know, I can sit here and tell you to read this manga or to start getting into it, but before I can do that, or not, maybe not before, whenever, like, I'd also like to be like, hey, how legitimately realistic is it of you to go out into like your local bookstore and find these volumes and stuff like that, right? And like with the Rosario Vampire manga, I was like, yeah, no, you're 99.9% chance gonna be at like fuck out of luck when it comes to finding these volumes. So your either best bet is that gonna be purchasing them one by one online, or just get the box set if you know you're gonna be dedicated and you can spend that much money. Same with Rave Master. Like the difficult thing with Rave Master is that there is no box set. This is a series that has not been touched since it was originally printed. So this is a really, really hard series to find. And like the other series that I was gonna do if I didn't just jump on to doing Rosario Vampire, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I mean, you guys know My Hero Academia. It's recent. It's very like, you know, you can find that very easily in any bookstore. So, but for Yu-Gi-Oh, like, I found this. See, I didn't even find this in a bookstore. I found this in like just like an overall entertainment shop in like my local mall. You know, so it's like. So you know, it really depends. It really, really depends. I'd like to know more than just the story when I go into recommending something. So reminder, each series has its own manga series. So like there's Yu-Gi-Oh, then there's GX, 5Ds. Yeah. They're all different from their own shows. I do know that. Something that really like, it did confuse me a little bit was like how they separated it here. Cause like we have, I'm gonna ignore 5Ds, GX, and Zexal just cause like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh R, Yu-Gi-Oh Duelist, Yu-Gi-Oh Millennium World, and I'm like, which one do I go from? Like after that, like, do I go? Like, I think, what even is Yu-Gi-Oh R? Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is like a spin-off thing, and if these are like like Yu-Gi-Oh, this is like the original bit. Then Duelist, I'm sure this is like an arc for it, and then Millennium World is another arc for it. This might be like. See, I don't know if like this is the. I just gotta find that out, but it's just a quick Google. Actually, let me see. Wait, what am I doing? Hold on. Rave Master needs a random. I cannot agree more. The thing that sucks is that the author of Brave Master, Hiro Mashima, he said like, yeah, it's not something I'm really interested in like seeing happening, but it's if I think it's like if it's wanted, then we'll do it, you know. And I'm like, shit. So he's not looking out for it. So that fucking sucks. So let's see. Here we go. Don't tell anybody I'm doing this, chat. So we have Yu-Gi-Oh! 1996, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist 1998, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World 2003. So just off of that, I'm assuming it goes Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, Millennium World. How easy was that? It's okay. Negima was also like that. It took over a year to collect and was way too much money. Yeah. I mean, I don't even have all of Rave Master. I have volumes 1 through 12, then 23, 24, 25. Skipping a few, 29, 30, 31. And then the last big one is 33, 34, 35, and more. I want to learn animation so I can do a fan animation of Rave Master. I want it so bad. I want it so badly. It's my favorite story out of all the Mashima stories. You know? Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Generation Next. Game on, get your game on. Come on, you gotta play your cards right. Let me see, what is one of the first things that happens when I search up Rave Master into like YouTube? The openings, some of the episodes. Toonami promo, fuck off.
A new Rave Master has been chosen.
It can't be.
His task, to recover the Rave Stones and destroy the Shadow Power forever. A simple plan, but it ain't gonna be easy. The power of the Rave will be mine.
I don't think so.
Rave Master, Saturday nights at 8:30. Stone.
Anger management at work.
Only Toonami.
Is the dub that bad? Well, take this into consideration. It's a 4Kids dub. So do with that what you will. Wow.
Did he mean Haru's father Gale, or was it King?
Most sane rave goer. Well, it's the fact that Rave Master had like an actual story to tell, unlike Pokemon and stuff like that. Like nobody would recommend you the 4Kids dub of One Piece, you know? Like, nobody should do that. You know what I mean? It's the fact that, like, yeah, I had like an actual story to tell and shit like that. So it's like, you can recommend it if you want to, but it's not like, there's probably some things that are just gonna be like, yeah, I don't know. Ooh, all right, chat. How do we feel about this? Agree. This whole line, I kind of agree with. Dialga over Palkia, Giratina of that form of Giratina over that form of Giratina. Ho over Lugia. Groudon over Kyogre, and Reshiram over Zekrom. This side, I don't agree with this. I think Moltres. Agree with this. I think Azelf is better. I think Mewtwo is better. Yeah, I can get behind Jirachi. I can agree with most of this. Yeah.
close out of that.
I try my best to not use Twitter unless if it's just for news, because unfortunately, like all of the news sources that I do get like a lot of my updates and shit from come from, you know, just people on Twitter being like, oh, like I haven't posted or liked anything on Twitter since I like got off it. I'm all on Blue Sky, baby. I like Ho-Oh more, to be honest. I think Ho-Oh and Lugia is like that one. I think that's like the most like fair toss up between the two. Kaiju number 8 who's coming tomorrow. There you go. It's coming. From the Japan stage thing. Japan stage. I don't know anything about the Japan stage thing, but hey, if it's coming, it's coming. Is it time we is it time we wrap up this stream and call her here, folks? Is it time we do that? We've had a good run. It's been 3 hours and 30 minutes. Over. Just over. I don't think it hurt to wrap it up here. Yeah, I think... I don't know, Sherlock. This is true. This is very true. Oh, actually, before any of you leave, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere yet. Before any of you leave, I'd like to bring all of your guys' attention to something real quickly. I can play this as many times as you need me to, so just... All right, here we go, fellas. I want you to take a good focus on this real quickly. Hey everybody, I know I just wrapped up stream on YouTube, but I want to make this little quick tutorial video just to let you all know how to get gifted memberships on YouTube. Because unfortunately, unlike Twitch, you aren't just immediately susceptible to getting a gifted membership. There's a setting that you have to turn on in order to receive them. So real quickly, let me just go ahead and show you how to do that. You're going to want to go to my YouTube channel and you're going to want to click the join button. This little menu is going to pop up. Now you're not going to click join, and you can also pause this because it'll be playing in the background. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on these 3 little buttons up here. This little drop down menu is going to show. You're going to want to click gift settings, then allow gifts, turn it on, and bam. Once you have that turned on, you should be good to go, and you are now available to receive a gifted membership from anybody who decides to gift them in the chat. With that being said, I hope you all get gifted memberships from this point onward. So in case if that was a little too fast, I'm gonna run it by you guys just really quickly. Just really quickly. I thought this was a bit about joining. Oh no, this is a genuine thing. Yeah, no, because yeah, as I said in that little video there, gifted memberships are a thing here on YouTube. However, they are not automatically on. So what I want you all to do is, and you don't even have to go to my like main channel. You can just stay here and watch it from my stream right here. I can't. Okay, well, you guys can. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you guys can go. Just click right here. Click this join button. This little menu is going to pop up. You're going to want to go down here, click gift settings, turn that on. As of recently, we've been having a lot of people just drop gifted subs or gifted memberships on the channel. And not everybody has, like, we've had over 200 gifted memberships here on the channel. And we only have like 30 something members currently. You don't have that option?
That's weird. I can report you though. Should I do that instead? Yeah, go ahead and yeah, you should totally do that. But no, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. No. But yeah, I just want to make sure if it's there for you guys, turn it on. Because like I said, we've had somebody recently who has just been dropping so much money in gifted memberships. And if you, I just want everybody to have the chance to get it. Oh, God. Oh, that was weird. Anyways, with that being said, I have a feeling this is another weird law Sweden has decided on. Oh my shit, I forgot about that, dude. If it doesn't show up for you, and if look, if you're genuinely like concerned about it, I'm sure there's some tutorial showing you how to turn it on somewhere on YouTube. That's just my base knowledge. Obviously, it's not the end of the world, and I'm not gonna like force you guys to figure out how to turn it on and stuff like that. But with that being said, wait a minute. Let me check something, Sim. That might be why. Okay, so Sim, you may not be susceptible to gaining subs. And here's the thing, neither am I. If you are a brand account, you are not susceptible to getting gifted any subs. I didn't realize you had a YouTube account where you posted shorts and stuff like that. So that probably is the reason. Like, I can't get gifted memberships on anybody else's channel as well. Yeah, it's a really interesting feature. I don't know why I don't know. It's whatever. So yeah, unfortunately, you won't be able to get gifted a membership. Fuck YouTube for that decision. Yeah. But yeah, on that note, thank you all so much for joining on in. Thank you, Kuroshiro. Thank you, SBW. Thank you, Sim. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kiram, for sticking around for as long as you have and talking to me. Yeah, we don't want our creators getting free things. They don't want, they work for us. No, exactly. Glad this is my side account. Yeah. If you have it, if anybody has a side account, literally, I have an AMV account and it got gifted a membership just the other day, which is really funny. But yeah, thank you all so much for dropping in, and I greatly appreciate it. These just chilling with chat and chatting with you streams has been really, really nice and really, really refreshing in comparison to Twitch streams where I do just like chatting with you guys. But no, yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Don't know when that'll be, but I'll be sure to catch you on the next one. And on that note, my name is Egan Media, and I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.